Hey guys, how you doing? Welcome to the Save Point Show. Oh my gosh, episode what? Four?
Four.
Four.
Wow, four, and I'm already losing count. I am getting old. Oh my gosh, it has been a crazy week, guys. Hey, I am again. Welcome to the show. This is the Save Point Show. I am Sid 6.7, followed by
Titchery.
You're
Castle 143.
Oh, we're having a little bit of audio issue here. That's your Pandora over there. So, hey, that's okay. It'll clear up as we go along. How is everybody doing tonight?
Good.
Oh my gosh.
We're alive.
I'm alive. I'm working off of like 2 hours of sleep, but I'm okay. I got my coffee here.
I have dinner in the oven, honey.
I have you too.
Dinner.
Coffee in a can.
Oh my gosh, it has been a busy week. What you guys been up to? I haven't really. We kind of lost track of each other this week. Is everything going all right with you guys?
He knows what happens with me, so go ahead, guys.
What games you been playing?
Go ahead.
Anyone? Anyone?
Bueller.
Bueller?
I have been playing Edge of Eternity, which I just downloaded today. The alpha, pre-alpha, I should say, came out today on Kickstarter.
Oh yeah, that's right. How is that? Did you start any of that?
Yeah,
yet?
I played a little bit of it. Yes, this morning I actually had the timer up on my PC for the last 24 hours, so I was actually waiting for the countdown for it. I got to say, for a pre-alpha game, the graphics are pretty goddamn good. The controls are good. The fighting system mechanics are pretty good. The music's good. Everything's good with it. I mean,
now you said this is an MMORPG, correct?
no, this is a JRPG. It goes back.
Oh, okay.
It goes back to like the Final Fantasy roots and in games like that, Chrono Trigger. You know.
Nice. So I hope you enjoy. Yeah, you got to give us an update on that when you get when you get a chance.
Yeah, I've been playing that, and I also been playing some NBA 2K15.
Nice.
Was it
What was that?
Oh,
making up still?
Yep.
Little bit.
oh, there you go.
There you go.
A little bit better.
Little bit.
Yeah, it's getting there.
We're still
Yeah, I
hosting.
don't know what's up with the audio.
We're still.
Oh shoot, we are.
Yeah, we're still hosting Stream House.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, the joys. You want to start that again? I guess.
Yes.
Right. Unhost.
So we're not actually live yet, are we?
No, well, we are, but we aren't. Should I just do the whole thing?
Yeah.
Host. Hate this laptop. Okay. All right. Let's just start all over again. Why don't we?
Yes. Let's get it right.
Wait, there's a right and a wrong way to do this? Damn it.
I don't. Awkward pause.
Awkward.
Cue the crickets. Cue the crickets.
Doing the save time here again. All right, here we go. Welcome to the Save Point Show. Sorry for about the little technical difficulties. I forgot to hit unhost. My bad. So, hey, welcome to the show. This is Sid 6.7.
I'm Titchery, sorry. Saying hi to
Stepping
the
away.
geese in our chat room there.
Hey, geez, how you doing? Now
Your
that you can
Dora.
see us.
And Castle 143.
And again, welcome to the Save Point Show every Sunday, 7 p.m. to 9 possibly, yeah. Yeah, 9. So again, hey geez, welcome back to the show. Good to see you in the chat. Well, we started off talking, but we didn't unhost, so I guess you guys missed all of that, so I apologize for that. Caslin, we started off talking about what we were playing.
Right.
And Kazlin started us off with that, and you were playing.
Edge of Eternity, which just came out on Kickstarter today. You can go to Edge of Eternity EOE game, I believe is the link.com, and you can actually download the pre-alpha of it. So what they wanted to do is they wanted to come to Kickstarter well prepared and to see what everybody's, so everybody knows what they're going to be getting. And I downloaded it today. I played it for about a good 45 minutes to an hour this morning. And I got to say, I'm shocked in how well it's came out. It's a JRPG, just like Chrono Trigger, just like Final Fantasy. And actually, I guess there's 2 different fighting styles. So you could do that, or you could do like the Grandia fighting styles. I don't know if anybody knows familiar with Grandia.
I love Grandia.
Yeah, so you have that fighting style as well. So, again, the graphics are amazing. The audio was incredible. A couple of little things here and there, like they said Q, S, D, Z is the movement keys, which obviously it wasn't that. It was WSAD. We all know, but it's again, it's a pre-alpha, so I'm not gonna judge it for that. And again, I think it's incredible in on what they're gonna release, and I'm looking forward to it. And I've been playing NBA 2K15.
Nice. Pandora, what you been up to, man?
I've been trying Dying Light. I just decided I was going to give that a shot.
I didn't know you got that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's post
Did you get it on
post Valentine's Day, so I got Dying Light. So
Oh my. Did you get on the PS4?
I did.
Okay, well we're gonna have to put in some co-op time then.
I was gonna say something there, but we've been so busy for the show. It's been a hectic
I'm excited.
week. Yeah. So I
I'm
played.
excited.
I spent about 2-3 hours on that. And I gotta say, man, that game is addictively fun.
Yes.
Once you start figuring out the control scheme, because it's a little weird, the whole having to left and put forward and little R button to, and then you got to control your directional, your other directional thumbstick to make sure you're parkouring in the right way, or you're gonna die often by missing jumps. Yeah, it takes a little getting used to, but once you do, man, it's a lot of fun. A lot of fun.
Well, cool. Yeah, awesome. Anything else you playing?
A little we probably messing with the Just Dance 2015. Yeah, and I said it live. You'll get my.
I want to see you play Just Dance.
I'm work on, man. I'm gonna get my twerk on.
I want to see you play Just Dance.
I mean,
Just Dance.
we'll get it. Be like,
Kazlin's going to fail this.
I
You
can't.
broke
I
Kazlin.
can't erase that image. I'm sorry.
We broke him. He's broken. It's just, it's just.
Dang, I didn't know it was that easy.
hey, it's all about fun, right? Gaming, and having fun.
That's right. That's right.
once we see Pandora, it's gonna be. I give up.
Fun.
Oh man.
It'll
All
take me
right,
about
so-
30 seconds before I say, "Whoop, enough for me," and I sit back down on the couch.
All right. Titch, what you been up to?
Playing Sims, doing my legacy challenge. I actually made a Styx broadcasting house with all of us in the house.
Behave yourself, guys.
That ain't happened.
Pandora, you've already got like halfway in the painter extraordinaire career. I know, right? Yep, I maxed out my cooking, and Sid, you're maxing out your programming. And Kazlin, he's a super spy. It's been fun.
Nice. Cool. He's gonna go Travolta
There
style.
you go.
That's right.
What you been doing?
Me? Oh man.
You ask us what we're doing, but you've been doing.
I've been working.
Yeah, I know.
I've been working, but in between work and sleep, which I've been playing. I've been playing Evolve, which has been a lot of fun up until I got to the higher levels and found out the mechanics are broken. Uh, but I'm still powering through it. It's interesting. It's an interesting game, interesting PvP style game. I've been playing a couple indie games. I've been still trying to play The Escapist, which is proving to be difficult. And I watched this tutorial where this guy finished the first level in like 30 minutes and made it look so freaking easy. And I'm still going, what do I do? What do I do? So I'm still trying to play that. I'm playing the newest one I've been playing is called Broforce. Broforce is a great like retro style pixelated side scroller where it basically takes the epitome of all 80s and 90s action movies like Rambo, Commando, all those guys, and like throws them into this game, and you basically are trying to liberate Vietnam, and the Bro Force is a team of like these extra elite players who are all named Bro. So you have and they're all depicted from different movies. So you have like Mr. Anders Bro, the Command Bro, Conan the Brobarian, and and such like that. So the Brominator, and other like Snake Broskin. And there's a huge list of all these names, and it's absolutely hilarious. But it's a lot of fun too. So it's a good little shoot 'em up hack and slash type game, but it's a lot of fun. Anything else? Oh, I started playing Destiny again. I need to get back on the wagon and play some Destiny. Played a little bit of multiplayer, so I've been here and there and everywhere. So, Broser the Broserian, yes, Keezer. Yeah, I'm Meathead Rob Lowe, and I can't stop saying bro. So. So that's what I've been playing. I've I've played a couple other games of Darkest Dungeon, and I'm still playing that too. But I have such video game ADD that I can't keep my games straight. So, but I'm here and there.
Well, so I downloaded Broforce too.
Oh, okay. Well,
so maybe we'll have to give it some co-op try.
Yeah, maybe we'll do a dual stream with
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Kaslin,
what?
You want to jump on board with that? It's 4 players. It's 4 players.
I don't have the money for that. Otherwise, I would buy it.
Okay, well we'll see. We'll see what we have to do then.
Well, on PC.
On PC, yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's me.
Yeah.
Aww.
Well, me and you will play Dying Light though.
Okay.
Absolutely. So. Speaking of Dying Light, wow, interesting how that comes up. The first Dying Light Season Pass drop arrives. So, again, apparently Techland revealed the release dates for all 3 content drops of the Season Pass for Dying Light. The first one is going to be titled Cuisine and Cargo, and that will launch, actually that has already launched. It launched on the 10th for PC, Xbox One, and PlayStation 4. This will supply players with two extremely challenging new missions. Techland also promised continuing support of Dying Light with new content for many months to come, including the release of the Ultimate Survivor Bundle that will come in March, and the May launch of the Bozak Horde DLC. So the Dying Light Season Pass will contain on February, like this one was the Cuisine and Cargo, like I said. So it's exclusively available as part of the Season Pass offer. 2 hardcore missions let players investigate buildings sealed off in the very first days of the outbreak. So kind of a prequel type thing. Explore the ominous corridors of once the most famous restaurant in Haran, and employ both stealth and combat to ransack a zombie-filled loading bay at the abandoned railroad yard. So in March, the Ultimate Survival Bundle will have players to receive 7 unique in-game items that will bring fighting zombies to a whole new level. Special outfits, new blueprints for your weapons, and over-the-top weapons to make your adventure in the quarantine zone even more fun. And then follow up in May, the Bozak Horde. The final season pass drop will deliver a new map and gameplay playable in the single player and co-op. You go inside Haran's stadium and test your combat know-how against relentless hordes of the infected, fight increasingly stronger enemies waves as you oppose the mysterious psychopath called Bozak. The season pass will cost a total of $19.99, and that's also $19.99 in euros. Also, Cuisine and Cargo for the European that's already been released too. That came out on the 11th for the European people too. That looks like a lot of fun. Let's see. Anybody playing Titanfall? I haven't played Titanfall in a while.
I play on and off.
On and off? I still need to play with you too. I'll play some Titanfall. I need to update my. I never got the first download DLC stuff, so I'm not sure if I'm too far behind on that.
I don't think many people have done it. There's like 4 different DLC things. It's like new maps here and there. It's, if you're a big Titanfall fan, it's worth it. If not, then it's good to play just on the normal maps. But it's all dependent on what you like and what you don't like.
Mm-hmm. So, anything happening else with Titanfall? So, I believe Titanfall 2 it's going away from the PS, not the PS4, the Xbox. So it may land on the PS4. Popular first-person shooter Titanfall was not exactly hurting for players. Its lack of availability on the PlayStation platforms was a disappointment to some fans. Electronic Arts, the game publisher, does not intend to let the same thing happen twice. So when Titanfall 2 comes out, EA hopes that it will have a wider audience than the first game. Gaming news site GameSpot reports that Blake Jorgensen, the chief financial officer of EA, spoke about the game at the Technology, Internet, and Media Conference in San Francisco. Jorgen did not confirm a PS4 release for the eventful Titanfall sequel, but his comments were extremely suggestive of one. So, just to be clear, the original Titanfall was not strictly speaking, not a single platform release either. The game came out for Xbox One and PC initially, and then after that, it released on the Xbox 360 shortly after. EA had a deal in place with Microsoft to use Titanfall as a way to promote the Xbox system, their new system, like a launch title. But for the moment, there is apparently no such deal in the place for the potential sequel. So, it's not the first time that EA has hinted at Titanfall 2 to come to the PS4, which will come... But I guess June. Sources within EA suggest the company wants to produce both Titanfall 2, or a company that wants both produce Titan 2 and ensure that it hits PlayStation platforms as well. So that's interesting. So that's pretty cool that they're coming to the PS4. So that's a lot of fun. I really liked Titanfall 2. A lot of people didn't. They thought it was not a really good game. No real story background. But I thought the gameplay was really fun, especially with the parkour style and the fact that jumping in and out of Titans didn't really hinder the play style. So, I mean, even though you're jumping out of the Titan, even though those Titans are huge, it didn't feel like it would take forever to get across the map on foot. Yeah, it was a little bit shorter to get. I mean, to in the Titan itself, but they really, I think they balanced it really well with that aspect, making the maps just right for that. So I'm kind of excited to see what's in store for Titanfall 2. Hopefully, they've learned from their mistakes, of course, and made given us a better product. So,
well, isn't Respawn a board?
I'm sorry, Pandora, you're breaking up.
First attempt after leaving Infinity Ward.
I'm sorry, man.
I've been
what is
having a little bit all night tonight.
Yeah. We got to figure this out.
If I'm coming through now, all I was simply doing was saying, this. I thought that their first game, Respawn's first game after leaving Infinity Ward, was pretty well done, considering that is their first become. Pretty. They left. Yeah, that they're going to improve upon, but I mean, the first attempt was pretty amazing, if you ask me.
Well, absolutely, yeah. I thought it was. I mean, just breaking away and then producing a really good working game like that. I thought everything was pretty well balanced as well. So let's see. Next up, we have Titch's tips. So what do you have for us today, Titch?
Well, I was going to go over some very basic tips with The Sims 4, as a lot of people probably have taken advantage of The Sims 4 sale on Origin. And they may be wondering how to accomplish certain things or wonder what traits go together well. So I'm going to go over some basics this week for The Sims 4 tips.
Awesome.
One of the first things you want to do, sorry, my nose is itchy. Allergies have gotten me this week. Sorry. One of the first things you want to do is it's important that you pick traits that kind of go together, that are helpful to each other and will help actually get your sim to the different areas of their job or, emotional well-being and such. So there are a host of different traits to give your sim, but some of them can be more helpful to even friends and family relationships. So if you're trying to decide between them, there are a few that are more helpful than others. So one of the things is active. Your sim will be frequently energized and can even help pump other sims up. And it helps you to build the fitness skill a lot faster. A self-assured sim, he will be more confident, and this can benefit him in a number of ways, especially in career progression. If your sim is ambitious, they're not going to use, and if you're not going to use instant money cheats like Motherlode or Kaching, you'll have to earn money the more traditional way and more realistic way. And that way will be by getting a job. Ambitious sims get some impressive moodlets from their job promotions, and it'll help you get a better job and more money faster. If your sim is romantic, just like in real life, the benefits of a woohoo with a loved one are pretty awesome. So why not make your sim a romantic and make it easier to get to that fourth base a little quicker? So some of the things, though, with the emotions that they have now with The Sims 4 are kind of different emotions for different moods, and take advantage of your Sims moods. In The Sims 4, your Sims will always have an emotion attached to them, whether it's fine or it's happy or sad, any other mood. Performing actions can change your Sim's mood. For example, sprucing yourself up in the mirror can give your Sim the confident emotion, which could be just the boost they need to get that promotion. There are negative ones as well, and you need to look out for those. For example, if you push your Sim too hard in the gym, you'll notice that the next day they may be feeling pretty uncomfortable from all those sore muscles. Your needs are interactive. In the little needs chart, you'll see when a need is starting to get yellow or red, you need to actually click on the little circle of that need, and they'll actually go and promptly head to the bathroom if they need to use the bathroom. They'll get a sandwich, or they'll get into bed without having to be directed to the appropriate household object. You just click on the circle of the need and they'll take care of it. This is a great way to quickly resolve any issues your Sims are having that is affecting their mood. Some of the whims, you'll see the whims, they are 3 different little thought bubbles above your Sim's head. Pay attention to those whims. They are very important to taking care of different moods. They will, like I said, they'll show up as thought bubbles in the bottom left-hand corner, and the colored one on the far left is usually mood driven, but the other 2 are more generic and can come with a more complex requirement. Make sure you check them regularly. As they can be completed, you'll earn satisfaction points, which actually can lead to aspiration rewards. And then if they aren't something you want to do, you can just close a whim by clicking on it and it'll just shut. There's like a little X, like an X like you would use for closing something. When you're building things, the hardest thing to do is placing windows. If you build and you place your windows by hand, you will be able to adjust them a lot easier than trying to place windows for an entire room automatically. It may sound like a good idea to do it, but the game groups the windows in a rather unappealing manner. And there's no way to change the elevation of the windows as a group. You'll still need to adjust them manually afterwards. And so it's just easier to do them by hand, each individually. If you are on a date, dates can only be on one lot. You can't go to multiple lots like you could in Sims 3. It's not that big of an open world. So if you're looking to take your beau on a date, pick the travel location you want the most. And that's because you're on a lot in that date. You won't be able to go anywhere else. The Sims 4 worlds aren't seamless. So once you're there, you have to stay there until the date is over. If you're having issues with the camera, Sims 4 camera is a little wonky and the controls can be a little bit glitchy and may make you want the Sims 3 control back. You can easily go to game options in the top right-hand corner, the 3 little dots on the menu, and then go to game options, controls, and camera. And you can actually just click the little box to make it so you are back to the Sims 3 style of camera. After you do that, you'll be able to control the pitch with the 3rd mouse button. And there are a few tips that some of you may have known, some of you may not. You may have known by watching my stream. Next week, I will talk about the cow plant and the secret lot in The Sims 4, including the new Hermit's lot in Outdoor Retreat. If you have any questions that weren't answered here, or you'd like your questions read on the air during our weekly Titch's Tips segment, then send me an email at titchery@stixbroadcasting.com. And that's it.
Oh, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
That's really cool. Awesome.
Lots.
Okay. I'm always curious about the cow plant. We got Titch has some awesome footage of one of her followers being, actually 2 of her followers being eaten by that cow plant.
Yeah, one of them
was Kit Kat.
Kit Kat Paddywhack. Right? Yep.
Yeah, and who was the other one?
Gaming Rex.
Gaming Rex.
Yeah, Gaming Rex.
Gaming Rex in a while.
Oh, he's been around. He's been having some issues, but he's been around again. Gaming Rex actually gave me my inspiration potion that I was able to have Albus Dumbledore from the Follower's House drink it and get lots of inspiration so he could write the next novel.
All right. Well, cool. Well, again, thank you for that. And that's a word. I love your tips, by the way. So I gotta watch how I say that. Wow, we need. I think we need to change
We may need to
change something
change
here
it.
because
Yeah, that's
I'm gonna say something
That's
totally
really close.
inappropriate when I don't.
that's a little close.
Just Sims something.
Yeah.
We'll figure something.
Borderline, buddy. Borderline.
Oh, Retro Godfather's in the chat. Welcome.
Hey, Richard, how you doing? Well, we will get to Halo news in just a second here, but first we got some things from Castle in here.
Yeah, just wanted to first by saying we're starting a new series on YouTube. So if you guys want to head over to YouTube and follow us on YouTube, it's going to be an indie segment where we're going to pick games once or twice a week. It's episodic base, where we're going to be doing a full run of what it is on YouTube. And I didn't post this one's weeks yet, but it's going to be Empyrean Rule, which if you guys don't know what Empyrean Rule is, I don't know if anybody saw the Law and Order Special Victims Unit. They were actually on Law and Order Special Victims Unit. Their whole set, they were in charge. It was pretty cool. I actually was talking to one of the developers of the game about it. And we're going to try to get him on the show when it's a good time for him. But, again, we're going to be doing, it's going to be called Sticks Broadcast and Indie Weekly Showcase. Every week there's going to be an episode of a new indie game that's coming out or being released or starting Kickstarter. And we're going to go right through and talk about everything about the game and back it 100%. So if anybody is just that, please head over to YouTube and make sure you follow us on YouTube. It'd be much appreciated. And also, it'll be on our website, sticksbroadcasting.com. You look over to the We Love Indie tab, and usually it'll be under Kaz's Picks.
Nice.
Cool.
Very nice.
Well,
This first indie game that we're going to be showing, I don't know if anybody's familiar with Armor 3.
I've seen it.
Armor 3, well, basically DayZ came out on Armor 2, okay? It was a mod on Armor 2. Well, now there is a new Kickstarter coming out called Identity. And the guys who make Identity are also make a mod for Armor 3. So it's pretty cool. It's you can actually go out and do drug running. So you go pick up poppy seeds and cocaine plants and marijuana plants and get them refined and repackaged and sell them to the drug dealers. It's just like real life. You can play as a cop. You can play as a criminal. You can go find treasure. It's pretty cool on what it entails. So I don't know if you want to show that trailer, Sid.
Yeah, sure. Okay. Give me 1 second here. Start that up. And of course, I didn't have that ready, so give me 2 seconds here. There we go. Here we go.
I'm veteran game developer John Vanderswet, and I'm excited to show you today what we've been working on for the last few months in absolute secrecy. Identity is an MMORPG that's unlike any other you've ever played. It's not based on levels or skill progression. It's based on you, your character, and what you want to do with it. Identity is all about giving absolute freedom in a world that's full of other people and fun things to do. We've gotten rid of most of the AI and replaced it with people. It's people who are driving down the street, and it's people who run for governor. It's people who play as police officers and fight crime. You'll find sports, car racing, paintball matches, and more others than I have time to list. And if living off the land is your sort of thing, you can make a pretty good living hunting or fishing. Identity is all about the freedom to do what you want to do when you want to do it. While Identity is an MMORPG in most ways, we're going to be offering you the option to rent your own servers too. So if you want a different, more specialized style of gameplay than our official servers have, such as maybe hardcore role-playing or some kind of like endless action, Server operators are going to have control over hundreds of features to customize what they want.
Agent Watertown, that suspect in custody. Nobody's coming to the perimeter. It's still a hot scene. 10-4.
If you're somebody that likes to take the quiet route, you can form a business and play the market, or you could take the other way. You could become a criminal, you could rob people, you could rob banks, you could steal cars. Everything is open for player interaction. The land identity is enormous with all sorts of landscapes from cities, farms, and wilderness. There really is so much more I wish I could show you with this, but we've only just gotten started here.
Hey, you got a gang? You looking for one? You need a shank?
All right, well that's cool. I like that aspect of it.
Did you see the? I don't know if anybody else saw it, but there was a little Twitch icon on the desktop. That was pretty cool.
I did see that. I thought it was that was really cool, and a little Easter egg there. So.
Well, we have a new follower in the chat, guys. Gaming Bros Red has just followed us, and he says he just saw us that we're a new channel and that he's joined us for tonight, and he hopes that he can join us often.
Well, thank you very much for the follow and welcome to the show.
And thanks for the follow, dude.
Thanks for the follow.
Absolutely. Okay, why don't you tell us a little bit more on the next one here?
Shadowrun Hong Kong is a new game made by the same people who made Shadowrun, which just was released. They did such a good job of the last one, and they really touch base with their fans. Well, and they do what the fans want, because ultimately that's who helps them make the games, is their fans. And I believe that they've done a good job of the last two games that they've released. And this one actually looks pretty good, too, as well. I mean, they did a top-notch job with this one so far, and it's on Kickstarter as well. So I'll be posting a link in the chat as well for both games. And I know you have a trailer, Sid.
Yeah, okay, here we go.
Hi, Kickstarter. I'm Jordan Weissman of Harebrained Schemes, and this is the Shadowrun team.
Hi, Kickstarter!
2 years ago, you overwhelmingly supported us to bring back Shadowrun, and the creation of Shadowrun Returns. It was an amazing experience for us. Not only did you provide us the funding necessary to make the game, you gave us great emotional support while we did so. We love sharing that experience with you via updates and videos, meeting you at conventions. And of course, after we shipped the game, your reaction to it really touched our hearts and was enormously rewarding. Last year, we were able to take the Shadowrun experience to a higher level by improving our art, our gameplay, and our writing with Dragonfall and Dragonfall Director's Cut. But it was your response to the storytelling that really blew us away. And so we couldn't be more excited to announce that we are making a third full-length standalone Shadowrun game. And where is that one going to be set? Hong Kong. Why Hong Kong? Because that's where our backers said they wanted to go after Berlin. And it's a great choice.
Hong Kong in Shadowrun is an amazing place filled with battling triads, corporate intrigue, bleeding-edge cybertech, and wild magic. It's an awakened cyberpunk wonderland.
And for the first time, we'll be taking you on a journey into the shadows from the outside. Thrust into Hong Kong's criminal underworld, you will be forced to adapt, survive, and thrive in an environment that seems designed to kill you.
Because it is.
As the story unfolds, you'll find yourself drawn into a corporate conspiracy nearly 30 years in the making. You'll also have to contend with a lurking supernatural threat of a sort that can only be found in Hong Kong. Thankfully, you'll have a local crew of Shadowrunners to work with, each with their own backstory, combat abilities, and progression paths.
And, just as in Dragonfall, they'll have complex personalities, and their motivations won't always be in sync.
One other thing. The concept of gaining face, the importance of reputation, is a huge part of navigating the shadows of Hong Kong, and this is going to tie directly into the sorts of choices you have available in the campaign.
Now, the team is having a blast making Shadowrun Hong Kong, but we can't wait to see what we'll be able to add with your support.
I've been playing and running Shadowrun since 1990, and it's my favorite thing in the whole world.
I want to work on the next Shadowrun because I got into the game industry to tell great stories, and these guys tell great stories.
Each time this team has gone to bat, from Dead Man Switch to Dragonfall, Game has gotten bigger, better. I'm really excited about where Hong Kong is headed.
It's going to be awesome.
As you can tell, we're really excited about making Shadowrun Hong Kong. In fact, we're already several months into development. The game is budgeted, fully staffed, and on schedule for a mid-2015 release. It's going to be 12 hours long, with the kind of quality of gameplay and storytelling that you saw in Dragonfall Director's Cut. But as often the case around here, we have a lot more cool ideas than fit in that budget. And that's where you come in. By backing the game, you increase our production budget, and that gets more game. Last time you funded the entire game. This time, it's more of a co-funding proposition, which is something a studio our size might go to a publisher for. So far, you've helped HBS avoid such complications, and that allows us to serve just one master, you, the audience. It allows us to not only meet our Kickstarter goals as we've done in the past, but to exceed your expectations in the games we're making. We're going to ship a great game, but we can ship an even greater game with your help. Take a look below for the stuff we want to add to Shadowrun Hong Kong, and together, let's make the best Shadowrun game yet.
Thank you! Back to work.
Back to work. So that's cool. I like how they did that. It's nice. I remember when they did a Shadowrun game for the Xbox 360, and there was a cross-platform between the 360 and the PC. That didn't turn out very well.
No, it wasn't very fair.
No. Xbox players were like, I forget this. I'm not doing this. So. Okay, so I believe we have so many indie games. We'll post some more of these indie games on our website once we can't get to today, but we do have one important one that we do need to get to.
Yep, and that is Empyrean Rule. Think about mixing a few games, together, and you get Empyrean Rule. It's crazy on certain things that you would see in the game. Again, like I said, I am doing a whole thing on this for YouTube. But it's basically you take Rome Total War, Civilization, and EVE Online, and you smash them all together. You get an MMO RTS with it.
Nice. And I think we have a trailer for that too. Why don't we show that trailer? I think my screen captures get moved, so that's okay.
Gremlins.
You got that.
It's Gremlins.
Yeah. Okay, here we go. That looks pretty cool. I was able to see a little bit of gameplay the other day. Some recorded gameplay. It looks really cool. Huge armies. Although I think the developer that was doing it doesn't really do strategy very well. He left himself wide open and was flanked. and was flanked like almost instantly.
Oh,
I saw that.
But
it's a trailer. Come on, you can't.
it wasn't a trailer. It was gameplay.
It was gameplay. It was pretty funny.
No, this was a totally different video that I saw, but it was just funny. It was funny. But from what I did see from the gameplay trailer, it looks really cool. I like it. Everything's in groups and sections, and you can control your army, and you have huge giants that come out. It's pretty cool.
I think that you're gonna have the requirements for this game are gonna be pretty hefty because it has a single player, it has a co-op, it has a PvP battles with up to 6 versus 6 people. So you figure 1,000 units per one person. So that's 6,000 on one side and 6,000 on the other. That's 12,000 freaking units on the screen at one time. That's gonna be massive.
So this game is basically the closest game that I've seen that comes so close to the Warhammer 40K tabletop version. That's what it reminds me of, like having your vast army, except you don't have to paint each individual person. So yeah, that's what it reminds me of. It looks really cool, and I'm pretty sure. I'm sorry? Oh, you're breaking up again, Pandora. I'm sorry, man.
Sorry, Pandora.
I don't know.
Yeah, sorry. We need to just sit down and figure out. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you, man. I wonder if it's just Skype. Might be. Did you want to try to hang up and try again with us? I don't know if that reconnecting it will work or not. See, the thing is, your video is coming in beautifully.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, sorry about that, man.
Am I coming?
No, you're breaking up.
This is gonna be through the whole episode.
Yeah, we thought about that. TeamSpeak might be an option that we can do, and then just have the video on top of that. But the problem is I don't know if Pandora would be able to do a video and TeamSpeak at the same time. Who knows? We'll experiment with it. We'll see what. I mean, the worst thing it can say is not work. So let's see. In other news, Bungie continues to tweak and refine Destiny. One of the changes in the forthcoming 1.1.1 update is going to make a part of the game's user interface so much friendlier. In the new Bungie Weekly Update, the developers shows off a welcome new addition to Destiny's UI, the Reputation Panel. The Reputation Panel lets players get a quick look at their current rank and reputation in the Vanguard and Crucible, as well as with people and factions like the Cryptarch, Dead Orbit, New Monarchy, and more. The panel also shows the current Vanguard and Crucible marks limit and how close players are to hitting the weekly max. No longer will you need to bounce around the tower to see the current status with Destiny's vendors and quest givers. The addition of the Reputation Panel is going to reduce a lot of time wasting poking around Destiny's current interface. It also looks like Bungie has also taken some fan-suggested UI improvements to heart. Bungie says it's working on other ways to change the way you visualize the world in Destiny. The Reputation Panel will arrive alongside the the heavy ammo bug fix and some weapon tuning changes in the 1.1.1 update. Bungie says it was still planning on releasing that sometime in February, so they don't have a definite date, but it will be in February. So Bungie says it's going to touch on what's in store for strikes in 1.1 in the next week's updates. So for the heavy ammo bug fix, I know a lot of you are having a frustrated time as every time... Who's Destiny? I know you guys were having a hard time of gathering that heavy ammo, and then every time you die and you come back, that heavy ammo is gone. They are working on that bug, and that should be in the next update, so you don't lose your ammo every time, your heavy ammo for when that happens. The weapon tuning is another one that's going to be coming out. They're going to be changing a lot of the tunings for like the auto rifles. Auto rifles, which are designed for close to medium range combat, will see their base damage reduced by 2.5% in addition to a reduction in the effective range. Pulse rifles, the least used weapon class, will see their base damage per second raised to 8.7%. Hand cannons they're designed for medium range and will lose some effective range and initial accuracy. Fusion rifles for mid-range combat will see a little wider blast radius while their starting ammunition is reduced. Heavy machine guns, rocket launchers, scout rifles, and sniper rifles are largely immune from the update 1.1.1's tweaks, though the developer admits that the changes in the Destiny's arsenal means that untouched weapons may now seem different in side-by-side comparison. So you may discover new reasons to start using some of the weapons as part of your combat strategy. So that's the upcoming event. Also, starting, I believe, Tuesday, either Monday or Tuesday, the Iron Banner will be coming back, and you guys can start doing Iron Banner and you're gathering up for your gear and such like that. And also coming soon will be the new Lone Wolf Pack DLC. So that should be fun. I'm starting to get back into Destiny, and I need to just play some more. So, in other news, Alien Isolation add-on pack Lost Contact is now available. Sega announced recently that the Lost Contact Alien Isolation 4th add-on pack is now available to download. Lost Contact adds a new salvage challenge to the gamer's Survivor mode, pitting players against a series of 10 challenges in a new map featuring some of the game's toughest enemies. Stranded in one of the more remote sections of the station, Axel has lost contact with his colleagues and must use his skills in cunning to do what he can to escape. Through a series of 10 increasingly challenging tasks, he must navigate the corridors and crawl spaces, craft items to give him the edge against some of the station's toughest opponents. So this is the 4th add-on pack for Alien Isolation Survivor mode, and adds the second survival challenge map to the game, with only one life to play with. Each challenge accepted brings a new objective and enemy type, where one wrong move can quite literally be your last. So, interesting update. Looking forward to that. I need to finish that game. Let's see. The update is now available for the Xbox One. They're all-in-one games and entertainment system from Microsoft, PlayStation 4, computer entertainment system, Windows PC, Xbox 360, and PlayStation 3. So that's all available now. Let's see. Okay. So yeah, that's coming up, or actually is released now, and like I said, I need to finish that. Yeah, my room is dark. I opted. Hey, Blueson, how you doing, by the way? Oh, no problem, Retro. I will promise to have some more stuff for you guys. I know you guys are big fans of that, and I want to definitely please everyone. If you guys have any suggestions, let us know. Kazlin's got a questionnaire going up in the chat, and that's I have it down on my little scroll, but that is such a long link that I did not put it in there because it's way too long. But we'll fix that. So let's see. I guess. Let's see. I have some things coming up here. Let's see. Halo. The creators of Halo go indie with the free mobile shooter Midnight Star. So, Bungie founder and Halo creator Alex Seropian. That's an interesting name. I shouldn't say weird. It's interesting. They have released Midnight Star. It's a mobile first-person shooter, and the first game from his independent studio, Industrial Toys. Midnight Star is now available on the app stores for iPhones and iPad. Sorry, Android users. Along with an accompanying digital graphic novel. So it's the game and a novel. So this game is a science fiction space opera replete with mysterious aliens, graphic warfare, and your own ship, and a faithful crew. You are Second Lieutenant Charles Campbell, sent to investigate a mysterious signal within our solar system, aboard the MSRV Joplin research vessel. So their plan, this is from the developer. Our plan is to really treat the device like its own platform. So many core offerings are brought over to the platform from other places. And the ones that aren't developed with that mindset, some that aren't developed within that mindset. So one of the things that we're working on constantly doing is tearing away those preconceptions of what a core game is and starting over with the ideas that we have on the mobile platform. And it really boils down to designing for the device. So you can get that now on the Apple Form or the Apple Store, and Midnight, available now on the Apple Store for free, with bonus items available as in-app purchases. Excuse me.
Apple.
So
as well.
I'm sorry?
Is that Apple only or available on Android devices too?
As far as it says right now, it's only available for Apple, unfortunately.
Okay.
Yeah.
We have a question from Gaming Bros Red. He asks,
"Sure.
Are you looking forward to the release of Resident Evil Revelations 2 Episode 2?
I'm not a really big Resident Evil fan. Ever since the very first one on PlayStation 1 scared the bejesus out of me. I've played a couple of the Resident Evils here or there. But I haven't, unfortunately, I haven't really kept up on the updates on that. So I will look into that, and definitely take a look at it. But I don't know anything about the new Revelations 2.
Yeah, Resident Evil game that's been released, and this one I'm not so sure about. I'm kind of on the fence, especially with the way they did the last Revelations game. So I don't know. I think I'm going to wait till I see a little more information come out about it, and then probably make my decision, the week of release or something along that line. This one I'm probably not as excited about as previous Resident Evil. So knowing me, I'll probably still end up getting it.
Yay, Pandora didn't break up very much. Yay!
She said very much.
Just
very
a
much.
tiny bit at the end.
I'll take very little as opposed to the entire time.
Right. We actually could understand you this time.
I speak in broken.
I know. We usually can understand it too.
Okay.
Gaming Bros Red says, "Don't sit on the fence if you do not make sure it isn't spiky as well as it will hurt. If you sit on a fence, make sure it
Did I
isn't
say?
spiky." It's good advice.
Or electrical. I stay away from the electrical
yes.
fences as well.
I definitely don't want to pee on an electrical fence. So. Okay. Let's see here. Why don't we go to our Cassim? Do you have the indie pick of the week?
We are supposed to have an indie pick of the week. Mine is.
Oh yeah, I do. Yeah.
I'm kind of torn about this one myself. I like, obviously, Empyrean Rule looks really well to me. Project Blue Streak, which is it's a studio who is run by Cliffy B, if anybody knows who he is. He's the creator and the mastermind behind Gears of War, and also Unreal Tournament. So I'm a big fan of his. It's tough for me, and Edge of Eternity as well. Those are my top 3. So if I had to pick one, I guess it would be Edge of Eternity. It would, playing the demo, the pre-alpha that they released, made it for me. And again, I mean, Project Blue Streak. I know you. We have scenes of that. So if you want to play that,
I am playing. If you want to talk a little bit more about it,
it's made by Boss Key Production, which is Cliffy B's own studio. It's going to be a first-person shooter, and it's going to be free to play. So Cliffy B has a very vocal output and opinion on a lot of things that go on in the industry. Mm-hmm. And whether you love him or you hate him, you have to respect his opinion on certain things. Like, he stands completely, he doesn't sit on the fence about how he feels about certain things, like, GameStop and their used video games ruining the industry, for the developers, which I agree with him. A lot of people might, a lot of people might not. But I think him releasing a first-person shooter is right up everybody's alley that loves these games, and as well as being free to play. There's not much we know about the game so far, besides some of the people that are working on the game, and obviously some of the screenshots that we have, and some of the layouts of the multiplayer maps. But again, it's made by Cliffy B, so how bad could it be?
Yeah, the screenshots are beautiful. They're Is that concept art or is it actual gameplay?
That is some of it was gameplay, which is I believe was the Mount Rushmore train scene, and the other one was one picture was concept art, and the other one was actually real in-game footage.
Okay, cool. See, I'll be looking at the Project Blue Streak, and that looks really cool. I'll definitely look into that one too. Titch, did you have any indie picks?
Well, one that is an indie pick, but it's been out for a little while. Fight the Dragon. I played that a little bit, and it's a lot of fun. And I even started creating an adventure. So what Fight the Dragon is a kind of an RPG game, and you actually can also create adventures. So you start out with either a mage, a warrior, or a rogue, and you can go through different adventures, dungeons that other players have created, or game created ones as well. So the creators have also made some of the dungeons. But you just go through the dungeon and you can open chests and you can do all different kinds of things, and you can actually up your character's stats as well. So it's just kind of fun.
What are you doing, Blueson? I didn't make a sly face. I was nodding in agreement because I played it too.
He was, yeah, he was.
It's a fun game. It is a good game.
They called you out. They caught you.
I think the reason that he was kind of making that face is because that's kind of one of his games that he's talked about too. So we were actually talking about it before the show. So I think that's what the face was.
I don't know why, but everyone wants me to get in trouble for you. I don't.
It takes more than that to get him in trouble, Blueson. So you got to work hard.
I'm not. Oh, lie more. Yeah,
are you kidding? You guys need to see what he got me for Valentine's. I need to show.
Oh, this. Look out! Look at. Oh,
isn't it cute?
See it. Where's mine?
Oh. So cute.
It's in the mail, Pandora.
It's in the mail.
It's a little pink unicorn, and he got me 3 roses too. So he
Look
can't
at
get
eyes,
into
man.
I know he can't get into the doghouse too bad this week.
Those eyes just stare right through you, like.
I know, isn't it cute?
That's the way they look.
Sid, come on, we all know.
No eyelids.
We all know she loves fairies. You couldn't find her a fairy to get.
No, I love unicorns too.
It was a choice between that one or a penguin.
Oh, wow.
There were no fairies.
Oh, come on.
So, as closest to a fairy as I can
Should have
get.
got a real Sims.
I should have got. Yeah, I should have got.
He'll be getting another Sims in April. April will come around and he'll get me the other Sims. Get to work. Yeah.
Oh, let's see. Pandora, what you been up to? What's your
Indie game?
Yes.
You're gonna like my pick. I kind of got introduced to this thanks to my kids. The Escapists. I've been playing that a little bit. It's open. I believe you've played it yourself, Sid.
Yep.
And that is that says you planning on escaping a prison. And it is addictively fun. You plot and plan and hide stuff, and you're trying to make allies with the other inmates and even the officers, if you can. And it's all about plotting and planning and escaping the prison, and it can be pretty challenging.
That sounds fun.
It actually is. It's over the top. It's got that retro look to it too. So it's a pretty cool little indie game. And if you guys get a chance to play it, I'd highly recommend it. It is fun.
Cool.
It can be frustrating, but it is fun.
What do you play, Sid? Come on.
I touched base on it a little bit in the beginning of the show. I'm playing Broforce. Broforce is a side-scrolling run and gun platform video game developed by Free Live Games. It was released in late 2014 or mid 2014. So it is a freaking fun game. Like I said, the player character is a bro. It's like a hyper mask. Yeah, it's a bro. A hyper masculine action hero style commando who fights terrorists and rescues his bro teammates and prisoners of war from captivity. Levels end when the player defeats a foreign devil boss. There's an actual guy that runs around and he looks like a devil, and in a corporate black suit and stuff like that. And every time you do have a checkpoint or a save point, you hoist an American flag and you leave via helicopter by gripping onto the
helicopter.
Get to the chopper. Do it now. Yeah. So yeah, it's running, gunning, and things are blowing up all over the place. Things are just exploding. You're like, get down again. Do it now. Allah. So yeah, all the characters. There's like a whole list of characters. The bro characters' names parody those from fictional action heroes. So you have like John Rambo. It's oh my gosh, Die Hard John McClane is Brohard.
Brohard. There's Rambro.
Oh my gosh, the names just go on and on. You have B.A. Broakis. There's the Brominator, T1000 or T800. Oh my God!
Indiana.
I want to play as
Command Bro, Snake Broskin. You have Blade. I can't remember his name, but Braid. Oh, Braid. Yeah, Brode.
Yeah.
Brode. Mr. Anderbro from The Matrix. It's ridiculous. It's honestly it's a game that I would love to play just to goof off. And
just to unlock the different bros.
Just when you're frustrated, you don't want to think that much. You got to think a little bit, but you don't want to think that much. And you can play up to 4 players, so it's pretty cool. And I'm looking for a team. So anyone who wants to,
well, I got it. I thought I was going to be on your team.
Yeah, you are.
They have Brode, which is from Kill Bill. It's Uma Thurman's character from Kill Bill.
Yeah, they also have Ellen Ripbro.
Yeah, Ellen Ripbro.
From Ripley from the Aliens. And they just came out with an add-on, so it's the Alien Infestation.
Nice.
So it's all like alien style stuff.
So they have.
So that's my indie pick.
They have in Brodettes.
What's that?
I said so. They have Bros and Bro. Is that what it is?
Brodettes.
Yeah.
Brodettes. Yeah.
Game and Bro. Yes, Game and Bros Red. He's even got the Bros in his name.
That's right.
Yeah. there is a list that's just pages long, and every time you free a POW, you get a new bro. Well, so many POWs, you get a new bro.
But
So.
Game of Bros Red asks, is there any game you're really looking forward to in the coming months?
Yes.
Me myself, I kind of am looking forward to, with the Order that's coming out. We use the term loosely, but I am on the fence on it because I've heard bad things. I've heard good.
Yeah,
things.
like the 60 frames per second. Now it's going to be 30 frames because they can't get 60 frames out of it.
Well, there's that one.
So I'll be waiting for the PC version. Is that the same?
No, not for me. To me, I don't know. There's so many good games coming out. My most anticipated game coming out in the next couple of months is gotta be Witcher 3. Gotta be Witcher 3. Free DLC for life of the game. I mean, come on. CD Projekt Red always knocks out of the park, so I can never doubt them when it comes to releasing a good product.
I think the other one I'm looking forward to, which they still haven't done a release date yet, is the Division.
That one, I'm so skeptical about it because of what happened with Assassin's Creed fiasco. I really want the Division. I've been wanting it for the last 2 years.
Right.
Same thing with Rainbow Six. I mean, even when they announced Rainbow Six Six was going to be, something else, and they totally scrapped it and redoing it all. That's another game I absolutely want because I'm a big Rainbow Six fan. But man, they screwed up one of the easiest franchises for them in history. I can't believe how bad they screwed that up.
It was supposed to be a launch game, and that never happened.
Yeah, like I said, they scrapped it, and then they decided to do it again. So,
Titch, I know you're looking forward to the expansion stuff.
Oh yeah,
Sims.
Sims 4, get to work. I can't wait. The first thing I'm gonna do is I'm going to build a hospital, and I'm gonna create a sim to be a doctor, and I'm gonna deliver babies, man. And do surgery and all kinds. I'm gonna save lives. Next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make me a business. I can't wait. I think it's gonna be fun. It'll be a real real refreshing to not be thrown into that rabbit hole of going to work for your Sims. You'll be able to go with them, and you'll be able to control them during that time. So that sounds exciting to me.
Pandora?
I'm like you guys. I'm really, really looking forward to the Division, but even more so Rainbow Six Siege, because I loved the gameplay demo that they showed, where it's 5 versus 5. You're either the criminals or you're the teams coming in and raiding hostages, and it's all about breaching and working together as a team. They do it right, and they absolutely do it right. That'll be the game for me because I love tactical. There's nothing wrong with running and gunning, but after a while, that just gets a little frustrating and stuff. But this tactical approach, where it's you and 4 of your buddies, and you really have to watch each other's backs, I'm really, really looking forward to that game. And also looking forward to the new, believe it or not, the new Assassin's Creed that's rumored. I'm pretty excited about that too. But that's down the road.
Victory.
Yeah, Victory. If it's in London, and they even play around with the Jack the Ripper storyline or anything in that, man, I'm hooked already.
That's what they were saying, that they might tie into something with that along the lines. Whether you're gonna be the one stopping him, I don't know. But they also releasing a new Assassin's Creed on the phone as well. They just announced that this week as well. So that, I mean, I'm gonna get Assassin's Creed Rogue when it comes out on the PC next month, because I thought Rogue was so much better than Unity, in my opinion. So I'm going to give it a try on the PC, because I don't think that they're going to screw that up at all.
Well, if Assassin's Creed is going to touch on the Jack the Ripper story, I'm hooked too, Pandora, because that's one of my favorite murder mysteries.
Yeah, got me fascinated, and that's what I say. That's why I'm excited about it, because you know, not only is it the Assassin's Creed story, which I absolutely am a fan of Assassin's Creed franchise, but to add that with one of my favorite real life murder mysteries, so to speak, probably one of the biggest murder mysteries in the history. If they actually do tie that in, and they have some Jack the Ripper, you know, because with Unity they had those, you know, they had those clues and mysteries and riddles that you had to solve as side missions. If they do this with the storyline, oh my goodness, I'm all in.
Right.
I just, again, I mean, you know how much I loved Ubisoft, and I was a big fan of them for a long time, but that whole Unity left a bad taste in my mouth. It's so hard to get psyched up about a game that they're gonna release now because of what they did.
No, I can understand that.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
hopefully they'll redeem themselves.
I really hope they do, because I will pretty much lose faith in Ubisoft if that fiasco happens.
Well, they already speculated that if they screw up the Division, if they screw up Rainbow Six, or they screw up the new Assassin's Creed, they're done. There's no way they're gonna be able to come back from this. No way at all.
Oh.
Well, the race on Division and Race 6, guys and lady, it's Tom Clancy. It's you know, there's a whole different developmental team on this. So, I don't know, man. I know it's a Ubisoft release, but it's a Tom Clancy Division game. So, I'm just gonna wait. I know they're the publishers, but I do have a lot of faith in Tom Clancy line of gaming, because they've always done really well. So I don't know if they're really going to know, you know, if it's going to be another broken game or not. But I guess I might be the only one in the panel that, even with the problems with Unity, I still enjoyed Unity. I still play it. So a lot of problems, I still liked the game. I still like the game. So.
Okay. Well, we're gonna take we're a little bit behind schedule here, but it's okay. We're gonna take a short break, and we're gonna show you guys the games that released last week. So, give us a few minutes here, and we will be right back. Okay, guys?
Come short break.
We should try switching over to Uvu.
Yeah, I'm done.
Disco Dancer.
We keep on talking about things we could have been so good, but you push me away time and again. You said there's too much to comprehend. Keep on working and working and working and working on it. Keep on working and working and working and working on it. Well, it started as something, but I let it go. When your best amounts to nothing, you have to let it show. Get down to the city, take me down in the night, make it all into nothing. The pressure's got me, don't wanna see tomorrow. All I got when it's light.
Okay, guys, we're back. We're switching some stuff around, so the pictures are not completely cropped yet. So give me just a few seconds. We're actually going to go and do Pandora's box, and we'll start off. If you want to keep going and talk about that, Pandora, I'm going to get this all set up and get this as fast as I can here. So.
Okay, so are we going to go ahead and actually get started on the Pandora's box, or
Yeah, go
do you
ahead.
need me to give you a minute?
Go ahead. I'm just gonna go do this while I'm doing it.
Okay, so we're live and I'm coming through. Good. Yeah, I last week everybody knows the Evolve game released, right? And it's been a topic of debate, both on both sides of the fence. Some people are okay with what Evolve has done. Some people are not okay with what Evolve has done in 2K. And I kind of wanted to address this in almost like a two-part series. So I want to make sure that everybody understands that I am separating the actual cosmetic DLC content from the content that includes the season packs, which includes the playable characters, because they are two different topics. And I've been watching YouTubers such as Rich from Review Tech and Boogie2998, and they're talking about the state of gaming, the industry in regards to DLC, and they pretty much were not happy with the plan, this release of Evolve's DLC, and they made it pretty clear that they wasn't happy with it. But what I want to try to do is shed a little bit more of a light on it, and kind of express the differences in my opinion, instead of trying to lump this all together. So basically, I even went to this weekend to shop at Best Buy, and they were telling me that they were having a hard time selling it because so many gamers are mad about this, this basically controversy. So I went out and I did a little research, made sure I got myself educated in what's going on here before I brought this subject up. It's being said that in order to play the game for all that it has to offer, that you have to pay $130 in total, which is kind of a little misleading. That's not actually the case here, but regardless, that's what reports are saying. So here's what I found out, and what I think Evolve and 2K are actually doing it the right way. And here's why. It's been nearly a decade. The retail prices have pretty much stayed the same. We're paying $60 today, right? I mean, that's what we've been paying for the last 10 years. But you have to admit that games are far superior today than they were 10 years ago. The visuals are better, the audio's better, the gameplay's better, interconnectivity with other people is better, and budgets for these games, in order to increase all of this stuff, have risen. And I have a quote here from former Harmonix director of publishing, Jason Drake, who said that $60 per customer, it just isn't enough. Publishers are trying to find ways to offer more content at reasonable developmental costs, and I think that's where this is getting confusing. And so, out of that was born the season pass, and it's a way for publishers to collect revenue early for unreleased add-on content while the game is still getting hyped up. It's also spurred the creations of customization content. And Evolve is only the latest title to offer players the chance to doll up your characters on the first day. They're not the only ones, but they're the most recent. Gears of War launched with $45 of weapon skins, and fighting games themselves have been offering custom DLC for years. The Batman Arkham series offers classic costumes that you could buy, but not use in the campaign until you finish the story. The Last of Us rolled out pack after pack of customization items for its multiplayer campaign. When they all, excuse me, my throat's a little dry, but when they were all released, Sony stopped offering bundle pricing as well. So, which bundle pricing, of course, makes it more affordable. So when Evolved released this week, it became the punching bag because of $61 of cosmetic offerings that are not covered in the game's season pass or the DLC associated with it, which is just different. That's a different thing altogether, which I will address probably on the next Pandora's box. These reports touched off a wave of anger aimed at Turtle Rock and 2K, but here's the reality. Evolve's DLC does not impact the gameplay. It's not Mass Effect's additional character, like when Mass Effect had an additional character that you got with a DLC. It's not the actual ending of the game that was offered, like Asura's Wrath. This is completely cosmetic DLC. Now, I'm talking about the $61. I'm not talking about the season pass. Just to make sure we're clear on that, because it does get a bit confusing, and I think that's why people are getting upset. So here are the facts. There are 24 skins that are available for $1.99. There are 9 that are priced at $2.99. If you purchase them individually, they're going to cost you $74.67. If you buy them in the bundles, it's only going to cost. There are 8 bundles for $4.99 and 3 bundles for $6.99, which will cost you $60.89. That's what we're talking about. The season pass, which is where the anger is really stemming from, this will gain players access to 3 skins and 4 new hunters. Those are characters. Hunters will be available individually upon release for $7.49, basically $7.50 a piece. The regular edition of Evolve, which only includes the game, is $59.99. Players who purchase the digital deluxe is $79.99, so $60 and $80, and you get access to the season pass on the digital deluxe. But as I was saying earlier, where it counts, Evolve is doing this DLC right. There are more maps that are coming, and they're free. When the new hunters and monsters are released, the player base won't be fractured. You'll be able to play alongside people that have the new characters. Even if you don't buy them, you're still going to be able to play. And yes, I would love to return to when you could unlock the cool skins. I mean, I love doing that. I love being able to play and unlock stuff. But those days are gone. This new DLC is entirely optional, and it's a new avenue that's looking a little slightly different for in-game. That's what it is. And publishers are making these additional items available for a price, and believe it or not, these customization downloads do make big money. At the same time, they're giving publishers a way to monetize the players base that's interested in looking in prettier and making their games look better without impacting the entire market and causing the price of games to go up. Development costs are rising and consumer prices leveling, so something's got to give. Or in this case, one has got to be willing to opt in and spend money on in-game skins. So again, I wanted to make sure that when I brought this up, that people understand I'm only addressing the DLC that are the skins. The season pack is a completely different argument. And I know that gamers are getting aggravated and they're getting tired of things being taken out of games and feeling like they're being nickeled and dimed to death for content. And it's just getting very frustrating. But I think because people are getting frustrated when anything like this happens, they're just angry and they're not really seeing this for what it is. They are 2 different things. There is the season pass, which is, I can understand why people are upset about that. But the DLC is just DLC. It's just skins. So for these guys to go out and say, hey, in order to experience everything this game has to offer, they're lumping that DLC content in with their argument to make it seem like it's costing gamers a whole lot more money, when in fact it's really not. It's only costing gamers the $60 of the original game and an additional $25 for that season pass. So anyways, there it is, guys. I turned it over to you. It's now up to you guys to chime in and throw out your opinions on the matter. So
I don't know who wants to go first, but I have my opinion on it as well as I'm sure everybody else here does. When it comes down to cosmetic stuff, I have no problem with them charging you $30 for a skin, because that is ultimately up to the consumer to buy that skin.
Right.
It's not game breaking. You don't need it. It's not going to make you play better. So stuff like that, like, you know, weapon skins, you know, custom skins for your avatar, which is, it happens. A big example, Dota 2. It's a free game. You don't have to pay for any of the heroes, and it's all skins. It's all like the wards, different skins. You know, the couriers, the different skins. The announcers, the different voices. You don't need to buy any of that stuff to play the game at 100% fully functional. Okay, you don't even have to buy the characters. It's a full 100% free to play game. So they make their money by adding these little things here and there, like last year Compendium. You know, they raised over $10 million from the community by the community buying these, you know, $2.99 chorus skins or player skins, you know. But that was ultimately up to the community, and the community felt that. Right, the community felt that it had to give back to the game because it's ultimately all free. So when a developer does this, I have no problem with that, you know. But when you get onto the other side where development costs go up, that's because these companies are trying to push out games way too quickly. They hire, let's say, you know, back in the olden days, the graphics weren't as good, but you still had 4 or 5 different graphic artists, you know, working on a project. Now it's a team of 80 guys working on that one project, all artists in that one section. Then you have another 80 people doing. So development costs are going to rise because you have that many more people working on the game. So it's either the company stops spending stupid money by hiring all these people and releasing the game when it's finished, you know, and not really try to rush the game out, or you try to hire all these different people to make this game. Because, frankly, why these indie developers, and we can sit there and stress the point that indie games isn't as good as AAA games, I beg to differ. Because there is a lot of indie games out there that are just as good, if not better, than AAA games. And again, I'll name you one right off the bat, Monstrum. The game is in early access, and the game is phenomenal. If you want a scary game that will make you jump, Monstrum. And they're a tiny team of indie developers. The graphics are pretty good for what they are. I mean, everything about it. So I don't care what their excuse is for, you know, saying our development costs have gotten higher. Well, either be a smart businessman and cut the people that you don't need. I'm sorry. I'm all about the consumers. Yes, we do pay $20 or $10 less in our country than, you know, people overseas do for the games. But again, so that's why they're trying to monopolize and get the extra money out of us when cut development costs. Sorry. To be totally honest with you, cut development costs.
Yeah. Any thoughts on that, Titch?
I don't know, because I don't play the game.
Well, we're just talking I'm using Evolve as the,
Yeah, I understand. Yeah, microtransactions in a game, if it makes it more advantageous for other players if they're able to afford it when someone else isn't, I don't think that's fair. And I don't think that they should be doing that. If it's cosmetic, strictly cosmetic, and it's not going to affect gameplay, then why not? You know,
right?
These games have to make additional money. I'm sorry, but they do. And yeah, Caslin's right. They do have bigger teams, but the game graphics are getting bigger. They're getting more massive. They're getting more where they're using more CPU and graphics drivers, and they're getting more impressive. They're getting to where the people, when I look at some of the games that, I don't play a lot of the games you guys do, but when I watch Sid play some of those games, the faces and the skins are becoming so real, they're getting a little spooky, you know, and those graphic heavy games have to make some additional money somewhere, since they are, as Pandora said, they're not making the games more expensive, but they're making more expensive games.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm on the same page with each and every one of you. I mean, when there's DLC or download content that directly affects the gameplay, I'm definitely not for that. I mean, everything in a perfect world, yes, there's DLC content that you have to pay for, but there should be some way or another the ability to earn those that content in some other form other than actual real money. Of course, you know, that's my perfect world, but I mean, yeah, it is ridiculous on a level that we're starting to having to pay more expensive DLC, and there's a fluctuation of it too. I mean, it's not the same depending on what type of game that you're playing. The price for that DLC will fluctuate. So I mean, other games will have $1 to $2 DLC content, which may or may not ultimately affect the game, and then you have stuff, for example, like Evolve, which will have content that's in the $8 to even, I think, $15 range that may or may not affect gameplay content. So yeah, it's frustrating. It's frustrating for the gamer, and it's frustrating. So it's just that.
It is, and it kind of what I want to do, what I want to try to bring up here to kind of validate the point that I'm making here is, to me, DLC like that is no different, and you going out and buying a case to put around your phone. It's no different than going and buying a coaster to put around your cup. It's no different than purchasing anything else that people go out and buy to make their phones look prettier or to make their wallets look different. It's the same thing. I don't care what anybody says. It's the same freaking thing. But nobody complains about that. You know, hey, I spent I spent $400 on my phone, and then I spent another $150 on this protective casing so that when I drop it, it doesn't shatter. You know, it's acceptable there. But when it comes to these developers and stuff trying to make a little more money and try to help cover this expensive developmental cost to produce these games and still keep the price at $60, I don't have a problem with it. I view it the same way as buying the pink protective casing around a cell phone. You know, you don't need it. You don't need that casing around your phone, but it changes the color of your phone. So you choose to spend the extra $50 or $150 if it's a protective casing. You see, it's optional. It's not mandatory. Where I feel like us as gamers we're getting angry is when things are stripped from the game and then resold to us as additional content, which is the argument I'm going to bring up next week. You know, where it's content that belonged in the game and then was taken out of the game and then sold as DLC. That's a whole different ball game right there.
Yeah, and I mean, there's other issue. I mean, 2K is another one who says, that they don't do anything wrong either. But again, look at NBA 2K15. You know,
yeah, I was going to say that.
You got where you can spend 25 real life dollars into virtual currency to make your pro player, your career player, better. Okay,
that's right.
Where now that does not even up the playing field because you got a guy who's a doctor who plays games in his spare time who has an extra $1,000 to spend that week on a game. Microtransactions in the game. Now, how is that fair for the mechanic down the street or the guy flipping burgers at McDonald's who like the same game that this guy doctor does?
Exactly.
And who wants to play it online? This makes the game totally not fair and not balanced for the player who works at McDonald's. So it's them targeting the higher demographic money-wise. And I'm not cool with that. I'm sorry.
Yeah, well, like Titch said, anytime it gives you an advantage, if one player pays, it's buying an advantage, paying for an advantage, and that's not right. I agree 100% with all you guys on that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for that insight, Pandora. Definitely. Just for you every time you do your segment, man, it definitely brings up things that make you think a little bit more. So yeah. I appreciate that. No, it's yeah. So okay.
So next week I'll be covering the flip side of that coin.
Yeah, cool. Okay, so
I will ruffle Sid's feathers real good next week.
Oh boy.
Oh man, I'm shivering in anticipation. No, just kidding.
Looking forward to it.
Come on, there we go. There I am. Okay, so this week on Xbox news, not a whole huge thing going on. There is an update coming for Xbox users. Xbox Live spam messages. Are you tired? I got to put in my voice for this. Are you tired of receiving all those spam messages on the Xbox One? Well, you're not alone. The issue has now become so widespread that Mike Ybarra, Xbox partner director of program management, has tweeted out to the users, those asking about Xbox Live spam messages, we are working on it. Ybarra has suggested that Xbox users use a temporary fix until they are able to fix the problem themselves. Select friends from their privacy settings. From your privacy settings to help cut down on the unwanted spam messages. He has also stressed that users who receive spam messages should also report them immediately, a process that should get easier next month. If you do a quick search on the Xbox forums for message spam, you will find over 1,000 results, with some users reporting that they are overrun with these messages. One Xbox user has even claimed that he has received over 30 spam messages in just 2 days.
Oh my gosh.
That's crazy. Yeah, so don't worry, they are working on it. In other Xbox news, for you Minecraft fans out there, fans of 4J Studios' Xbox edition of Minecraft received a surprise new DLC add-on recently that is available for download on both the Xbox One and the 360. Official Microsoft news blog Xbox Wire announced that the Star Wars Rebel Skins pack has now launched across the Xbox versions of Minecraft. Based on the new Star Wars Rebels animated show, the new DLC allows Minecraft players to select 23 new avatar skins representing different characters from the Disney Channel show. Star Wars Rebels takes place before the events of the original Star Wars trilogy, 5 years prior to the beginning of Star Wars Episode 4, A New Hope. 4J Studios also announced from their official Twitter account that a new Minecraft title update is also now going live across all regions and all platforms that fixes a few minor bugs. The developer released a few change logs for the new updates in full detail and issues. The recent release of the Star Wars Rebel Skin Pack DLC for the Xbox One and Xbox 360 versions is the second Star Wars add-on to release on the Xbox consoles. The Inquisitor reported in November that console players previously received the Star Wars Classic Skin Pack, which introduced a dozen new character avatars. So the new Rebel Skin Pack is again out now for the Xbox 360 and the Xbox One's version of Minecraft. Like the Star Wars add-on for Minecraft, there is currently no news regarding the possibility that the DLC might later release on PlayStation platforms. Microsoft released a list of all the new skins, and you can find that here. Let me post that. So yeah, you can find out more following this link here. So it's a huge link. So that's Xbox news. What a link! Yes.
What a link! To be continued.
Why is that link
chat
so
box.
huge?
That's
So
awesome.
that's the Xbox news. So I believe
Yeah.
Titch has. Do you have any more sim news for us, Titch?
I do. I have a couple of things. We all know that this last weekend was Valentine's Day. Well, in Sims world, it's the Woohoo Weekend Challenge. Love is in the air, or should I say love will be in the air. Maxis makers of The Sims 4 had a crazy idea last week, one that made them smile, and they hope you agree. Starting February 13th through Valentine's Day, Maxis wants to celebrate with you. Now, I know that this is past, but the whole point of this challenge was, let me give you a little backstory. Maxis is able to collect various snippets of gameplay data, which Maxis uses to help improve the game. Now, they want to use the data for a little mischief and a little fun and maybe a little reward down the line. It's time to woohoo. This weekend in The Sims 4, the official Woohoo Weekend started. If you can get your Sims, and that means the entire community of Sims 4, all of us players, if you can get your Sims to woohoo 4 million times over the next 2 days, they will build a new gnome. Now, they show the little gnome, and you can see the concept drawing for it below. Sid, do you have that?
I don't. I'm sorry.
Okay, that's okay. I will actually post that on our website. It's cute. Anyway, they will release the gnome for free in a patch in March. Yes, that's confirmation. They will have a patch in March. And it will be available for all owners of Sims 4. And if the Sims manage to reach 5 million woohoos, they may throw in some snazzy hairstyles as well. So it's not all about the woohoo. We truly want to see love in the Sims 4 flourish. They want to see your Sims kiss, find their soulmate, go on dates, have children, and more. When the event ends, they'll put all of this data together to share with you so you can enjoy all your accomplishments. So, yeah, so it ends tonight at midnight at 11:59 p.m. So get those Sims out there and woohoo, guys. Woohoo till the day end.
Yeah. 5 million times, I'm sorry. Everybody's woo's gonna fall off.
Not in The Sims. You just have to go and take a shower and you're all better. That's it. I have more Sims news as well.
God, I wish that was real life, man. Just go take a shower, you're fully energetic, go right back at it.
I know, right? Or get a snack. They either get a snack or they just, they go, and take a shower. So
we all thought Gatorade on the side on the table was the best thing to do. I guess not.
No, in The Sims, all you need is a little teddy bear that holds a heart, and that just gets everybody in the mood to woohoo. So I have another piece of news for The Sims. If you can load up that last graphic for The Sims 4 on my other piece, Sid. Sims has announced February 13th, 2015, half off Sims 4. No, this is not a sick Friday the 13th joke about slicing your Sims in half, but a great opportunity for those who downloaded the 48-hour game trial of Sims 4. The Sims 4 is 50% discount for game time users. That's right. If the 33% off discount wasn't enough to push you to buy The Sims 4, perhaps the new 50% off promotion will get your attention. Users who participated in the Sims 4 game trial period are now eligible to purchase the full game at half price. It's a limited time offer and it ends tomorrow at midnight. So hurry, get your Sims half off. But don't slice them in half.
Because that would not be good.
No,
Get your Sims
because
50% off.
your Sims.
Get your 50% off the Sims 4 so you can help woohoo like the rest of us.
That's right. So you can help them get that 5 million woo-hoos. That's why they did it. It does seem like, that may be a motivational thing for them to have that half off. Get those Sims woo-hooing.
All right, so next up, we have got...
Come on, you enjoyed that, you guys.
We got Chasm.
Woohoo to the woohoo.
I don't know if I can top that woohooing. I'm sorry.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, there's some MMO news that's happening this week. Not too much big ones. There's only one really, really big one, and I'll get that in a few seconds. But everybody's familiar with MU Online. They have a new event, which is the Rio Carnival Lucky Box event. It ends on February 27th, UTC. Players who character level is 300 or above will receive the event Lucky Box, which randomly contains a various items including Seal of Healing, Seal of Wealth, Transforming Ring, Panda Ring. I thought I was almost gonna say Pandora Ring. See, you need to patent your name, Pandora. Goblin Point, Mount Mood, Tibetan, and much more. I'll post the link in chat so anybody can check that out. It is happening until the 27th of this month. It's MU Online is a martial arts type of game. It looks pretty good. I haven't played it yet, but it's news. The next one is Forsaken Worlds, which I have played. Freedom Falls is available now, which is a new kind of like expansion pack DLC type of thing. It includes new set of instances and events for players for the quest to recapture their independence. Forsaken Worlds is actually pretty cool. I was hoping that TCP was actually going to finish their vampire and werewolf game, but I guess since they canceled it, I'm going to have to be only be able to have to play Forsaken Worlds. Anybody wants to check that game out, I will post the link in chat and read more about their expansion. Next one is the big news. And I'm really torn because I'm such a BioWare fan, and I really, really love BioWare, but this kind of hurts. It kind of stabs me in the gut because I was really looking forward to this as well. BioWare says goodbye to Shadowrun 6 months after it says hello. On February 9th, they're sharing some important news about Shadowrun. BioWare Austin Studios. If you didn't know what Shadowrun was, it was their upcoming MMO that they were releasing. It was a brand new IP. Looked really interesting. It was set in modern day, so it was like powers and different abilities. It looked really cool. But they made the decision not to move forward with development of Shadowrun. We fully recognize that this news is disappointing for some of our fans, so I want to explain more behind this decision. While the team did amazing work on the game concept, and we got lots of good feedback from our fans and events throughout the game testing, right now there are other projects for the team to work on within the BioWare Studios for the coming year and beyond. We've got an incredible, talented team here at the Austin Studio, and they are excited and already deep on new projects within the BioWare family, ones that will make some great BioWare games even better. These include additional ongoing enhancements to the award-winning Dragon Age Inquisition, as well as the next game in Mass Effect series, another new IP. So they're taking Shadow Realms, and they're not necessarily scrapping it all together. This is what I hear from reading it. They're just basically putting it aside right now to work on other stuff and to refocus what they're working on, because they also have, the new, like they said, the new Mass Effect series coming out, Mass Effect 4. They get the Star Wars Old Republic, what they're constantly working on. But, Dragon Age Inquisition with their, add-on content, which I can't wait for. But the biggest focus for our team in BioWare Austin will be Star Wars: The Old Republic. As Star Wars fans know, this is a massive year for the Star Wars universe. We have some great plans to expand this epic game this year. I look forward to sharing the news about these plans with our players in the coming week. So, being it's going to be a Star Wars year, we're going to get Star Wars Battlefront. We're supposed to be getting another Star Wars type of game. We're getting the movie. It's only good for them to work on Star Wars: The Old Republic, who needs some love as well, because the game is not doing as well as people think that it is. It's a good game, and it has a lot of great. If you play just for the story, that's great, but it needs a lot of love. But for all the people that registered for Shadow Realms Closed Alpha, we're working on a way to say thank you for signing up. To all those players that gave us feedback at Gamerscon and PAX, and those that shared their thoughts and impressions in the past months, we thank you for being part of the conversation. Jeff Hickman, General Manager of BioWare Austin. What do you guys think of that?
I hope they're just setting it aside. Yeah, I just hope it's a temporary set it aside, because I was really interested in that one too. So do you think that's what it is? I mean, do you think it's just hey, we got all these other projects we got to take, and maybe they're just reprioritizing, or do you think maybe it is going to get scrapped?
I don't know. I mean, just look at this last week. We had the Battlefield Hardline beta, okay, or alpha, or whatever you want to call it, and there's a lot of people not happy with it, and I am one of them, and Sid knows why I don't like it, and him and I were actually playing. We had a good time when we played. We're not saying it wasn't it wasn't good when we played the Conquest mode. The other two modes should not even be in the game, because they just don't belong there. So unless that they're focusing and moving their assets around to help EA with, because we all know DICE is working and making the Star Wars Battlefront. And Visceral Games, who I had the utmost respect for because of the whole Dead Space series, they just dropped the ball, in my opinion, on Battlefield Hardline. So maybe EA is saying, hey, we need somebody who's really good at making games, especially Star Wars games, and work on this unknown or unnamed IP, Star Wars. And what we covered this, I think it was last week or the week before, the Star Wars is the Grand Theft Auto universe. I think maybe that's what it could be, but again, I don't know. Maybe they are scrapping. Yeah. Maybe they are scrapping Shadow Realms because there wasn't enough interest in it. I don't know.
Keep time will tell, that, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also the new patch just came out for Star Wars: The Old Republic, because they just had the expansion come out, which is Shadows of Revan. But there's a lot of cool features. They added a hard mode Flashpoint, Battle of Rishi, which is for level 60 plus players. It's 4 players in that. So if you guys are a big Star Wars: The Old Republic fan, I would get excited for some of the things that they're going to be doing with this Star Wars: The Old Republic game. Just because they're taking their assets and moving them around to make sure the Star Wars this year is going to be a huge success in every branch of what they're coming out with.
Yeah, I think so too.
And that's probably about it for MMO news. this week.
Okay.
Next week.
Anything? Let's see. Esports.
Yep, there is actually a few esports. One is there is a new esports app for all you esports fans who have an Android or iPhone, and I'll show you a little bit of it right here. It's it tells you all the newest series, and it has League of Legends, Dota 2, Hearthstone, StarCraft, Counter-Strike Go, Call of Duty. A lot of the bigger games, you can download it now on Google Play and the iPhone store, and it's pretty much almost right up to the minute on all the scores, all the brackets, everything. I mean, you can look up League of Legends, and if you want to know the LCS standings, it tells it up there. TSM defeated CLG to claim top spot in NALCS. It's right on the app, so if you guys, again, want to see that, I'll be able to post a link down on the bottom so you guys can go and download it. And also, Dota 2 Asia Championship finished last week, and EG wins, sweeping VG Gaming 3-0. They came home with a hefty $1,284,158. A lot of people would hate on the EG, saying that they weren't as good as they were because they lost RTZ and Zai. And I'm a huge EG fan. And I didn't think, just by watching them, they beat Team Secret, which RTZ and Zai were on, but it just seemed like Samuel and Ari, they fit so well in that team that it makes it so much better, the way that they work together. It looks like they're close oil machine. They close knit. There's nothing. They know each other so well that they can work off each other's flaws and work really good as a team. And I saw that, and hopefully they can continue that winning streak, because a 15-year-old kid, Samuel, now just walked away with, if he has $250,000, hey, that's great for a 15-year-old kid. That's incredible.
Yeah.
That's college.
I was gonna say, aren't they the team? Yeah, I was gonna say, aren't they the team that just picked him up?
Yeah, but it's funny because
like a couple of weeks ago.
I mean, we're all older people playing games, and we get this a lot. We get people coming into the chat saying, "No, you guys are old or whatever. You can't play games as good as you used to." There's a guy who is my age on EG. His name is Fia. He's 35 years old, and yes, I'm saying my age on the air. That's fine, but he's 35 years old, and he's still playing, and he's still one of the best players. And it looks like his reflexes haven't lost a jump at all. I mean, he's incredible on how he does things. 35 years old, and he's still playing a game that these kids think that they're better at, or saying that we don't have our reflexes anymore. I just think it's funny now that they got a 35-year-old guy and they get a 15-year-old kid on the same team working together. It's great.
That is great.
Yeah.
Neat. Man, I just keep thinking about that $1 million. That's all I could.
Yeah, and this is only the Asian Championship. When it happens to, like last year, it was the international. It was, I think, the prize pool. The winning team walked away with over $5 million. So that's, again, the esports are becoming such a big thing. It's that they actually have. I mean, that's what I said. The app that this is, the esports app, they actually have writers, because I've seen them. They had a whole room of writers, on the computers, updating stats, everything else, writing articles. So it's getting just as big as regular sports in the United States.
I believe Gaming Bro had a question for you, Caslin?
Yeah,
he asked it a while back. Yeah.
Right, he asked me a question off he's set to be a PM, and I'm not going to answer that online. I will just say, after the show, we will get together, Gaming Bro, and talk about it, and we will. I'll get back to you. I'll send you a PM on Twitch.
Well, in other news, other than the esports awards and such like that, the nominations announced British Academy Game Awards. Alien Isolation leads with 6 nominations, followed by Far Cry 4 and Monument Valley with 5 nominations. 80 Days, Destiny, Mario Kart 8, and Middle-earth: Shadow of Mordor. British Academy of Film and Television Arts recently announced the nomination for the British Academy Game Awards in 2015. A total of 51 games have been recognized across 17 categories, showcasing the very best games of the past 12 months and highlighting an outstanding level of creative excellence from a broad range of UK and international development teams. So we got Alien Isolation leads the way with 6 nominations across audio achievement, best game, British game, game design, and game innovation and music. Far Cry 4 receives a nomination in each of the following 5 categories: artistic achievement, game design, music, story, and performer. Monument Valley also received 5 nominations in artistic achievement, best game, British game, mobile and handheld, and original property. 4 games received 4 nominations apiece. 80 Days is nominated for British game, game innovation, mobile and handheld, and story. Destiny is nominated for best game, game design, multiplayer, and persistent game. Mario Kart 8 is recognized in audio achievement, best game, family, and multiplayer. And Middle-earth: Shadow of Mordor picks up a nomination for best game, game design, game nomination, and music. So there's much more other ones. The Banner Saga, Call of Duty, Advanced Warfare, Hearthstone, Heroes of Warcraft, Lumino City, Titanfall, and Vanishing of the Ethan Carter will also receive all received 3 nominations, and much more. So huge showcasing the very best of young games developed by design talent. Ones to Watch award in association with Dare to Be Digital finalists are Chambara, Sagittarius, and Don't Walk, Run. So for the first time, the British Academy Game Awards will be hosted by actor Rufus Hound and will take place on Thursday, March 12th at Tobacco Dock, London. Tobacco Dock, that's an interesting place. For the second, this will be for the second year. Yeah. I wonder if anybody smokes down there. You can find a lot more information here. It's going to be streamed. It's going to be streamed live on Twitch.tv. You can also find it on the website at www.bafta.org, and you can find a lot more about that. So, Sony brings Ghostbuster board game to Kickstarter. So Sony Pictures have teamed with Cryptonic Entertainment to launch a crowd-funded board game based on the classic franchise, and is quickly finding a fan base. Launched recently and running through March 11th, the campaign has already raised more than 130,000 of its 250,000 goal, despite a steep entry pledge level of $80. Yeah, that's pretty good. The game, which is completely different from the 1986 Milton Bradley Real Ghostbusters game, blends the existing Ghostbusters movies, animated series, comic books, and toys. While you can play solo, it's really envisioned as a 4-person cooperative adventure. It's set to launch in October through Kickstarter. Ship dates often turn out to be flexible. Let's see. Board game is made up of 10 reversible tiles, which offer a variety of scenarios, gives players some control over how long the play session is, anywhere from 45 minutes to an all-night marathon. So $80 will get you the basic game set, which also includes 47 miniature game pieces, many of which were designed by Dan Schoening, the artist behind the Ghostbusters comic. People willing to cough up $125 will get the basic game and an extra boss, Sandman, 4 additional game board tiles, and a supersized Stay Puft Marshmallow Man figurine, among other things. I want to be eating marshmallows while. Oh my gosh! Oh, hi, Gingy. We can welcome to the stream, Gingy.
Yeah,
she wants to be part. She's giving her opinion
she's
right
a
there.
diva.
Oh my gosh.
What can I say?
So that's pretty cool. So yeah. Minecraft in Minecraft news. This one was the one news article that really stood out to me. Apparently, Minecraft is being investigated by Turkish government for being too violent. This honestly has to be one of the most
honest stories.
One of the most bizarre stories I've ever read, man. But
I don't know how beating up blocks or creepers or zombies are violent.
Hey man, that's hey, killing creepers is a hate crime.
Yes.
Yeah.
I guess so.
It's a hate crime. It's
They
racist.
got a lot of tree huggers there.
It's racist. But the Turkish government is actually looking into and investigating Minecraft on grounds that the game is way too violent. Yes, too violent. Given all the negative media attention dumped on the game industry over the past 6 months, some games have been banned in some regions, while other games have been refused classification, so they can't even be sold in other regions. In the case of Minecraft, complaints have surfaced that Mojang's game depicts violence against women and could promote aggression in kids. I can't even read this like with straight face.
Oh my goodness!
Violence against women.
According
what? Where did that come from?
According to the Family and Social Policies Minister Eisner Islam, he stated that, quote, "We will examine the game and see if there is an element of violence. The thing is, Minecraft is an open world building and crafting game. You can choose what you want to do and how you want to do it. Of course, there is an element of violence if someone wants to go around with a pickaxe and attack any and everything in sight. Who's going to stop them? With great freedom comes... Well, you get the picture. According to Games... According to Games TM's magazine editor Jonathan Jordan, quote, "Minecraft is one of the last games I would think would be banned based on violent content. Minecraft is no more violent than Lord of the Rings films. There are swords, bows, and arrows, but most of the attacking is against monsters, creatures, rather than human beings." So, it seems kind of silly that people have been even write about Minecraft not being a den of misogynistic violence. But that's what game culture has turned into. So a ton of media lies about the industry and result of games being unfairly pelted, especially Grand Theft Auto 5. So, yes, under investigation of being way too violent.
That doesn't make a difference. These people just need to stop with the video games create violence crap that's been going on. It needs to really stop. It gets sick in how many years.
I have 3 words. Get a hobby.
Turkey.
I don't even have any words for this.
Violence against women. Okay.
How is it? That whole thing just does not make sense. Violence against women. How? What is it?
I'm dumbfounded with this whole story.
What is it? Your wife comes in while you're trying to build something and you just flip out and stop beating their hell out of her or something? I don't know. I mean, this is ridiculous.
It's an underlining definition that every time a creeper explodes, that indicates the some percent of domestic violence towards women.
Oh man!
You couldn't even get that out.
I couldn't
be serious about that. Yeah, you couldn't even be serious about it. That's how bad it is. It's Minecraft.
Don't give them any more ammo, man. Don't give them any more ammo. They'll use that line.
So,
that sounds good.
Will they allow the creative mode where there's no monsters and there's no killing?
Oh, that's racial profiling. Go to creative mode.
They probably
'Cause
would
that makes
be
sense.
against that because you can fly in creative mode, so that's magic, and that's a whole new ball of wax.
That just. When we were talking about this story off air, I couldn't even. I'd come up with words about this
I
whole
heard you guys
situation.
laughing. I heard you guys laughing, and I didn't know what you were laughing at.
And it
Now I
was big
do.
news. The whole thing was big. I mean, I saw this news a couple of days ago too, and I'm like,
huge, yeah.
No. That's
No.
that's no way.
No.
No way. No, that just doesn't work. Sorry.
I'm only sorry that Geezer's not here to hear this. I mean,
I know, right?
I'm gonna bring it up to him. I'll bring it up to him next time I see him, though.
Yeah.
All right.
Did you
it's
all
put,
have to check the calendar to make sure it wasn't April 1st?
Yeah, I mean, it was,
Yeah, I did.
It's again, it's one of those things that people just want to blame games for everything. Might as well blame movies and going outside and playing basketball or soccer. But everything creates violence, so we're just gonna say we're gonna ban everything. Sorry.
Don't you watch those
there was
birds?
There was
Yeah.
one comment in there that talks about how if you're going to say Minecraft is violent, you might as well say Legos are just a horde of violence. And there was a comment in the bottom that says, "Yes, Legos is violent. Have you ever stepped on one?" Have you ever stepped on? And the slew of curse words that come forth from after stepping on one. Of course, they're violent.
Oh yeah.
This is a case of making turkey relevant again, I guess. I don't know.
All I know is turkey is delicious with gravy. So, anyways, okay. So Pandora's got some PlayStation news for us. Up next.
Yes, I do. Woohoo!
Yes, you do.
That's for you, Titch.
Woohoo!
And no, we're not talking about making woohoo. We're just woohoo because we got some news. So I don't know if you guys have played Resogun. I think you have, Sid. So we got some Resogun news. Yeah, well, you're going to love this. Resogun keeps growing on the PlayStation 4 with new Challengers and Defenders updates. House Marquee and Sony XDev have recently confirmed that Resogun will get a new expansion, Resogun Defenders. The expansion will introduce 2 new game modes, Protector and Commando. Protector is described as a defense of one of the last remaining human colonies. It will include a handful of new power-ups, including a super boost and a teleport move. Players need to rescue humans and deliver them to a city stronghold. It looks more in line with the standard Resogun gameplay than the Resogun Defenders and other new modes. Commando is something like Resogun's take on Missile Command. Players assume control of a lone human instead of a ship, who must feed on waves of enemies and objects that fall from the sky. Players can equip their human with bandanas that grant them some attack modifiers and upgrade their comparatively weak gun by gathering power-ups. Resogun Defenders will cost $4.99 and is part of the game's season pass, and it will hit the PlayStation 4 this Tuesday on the 17th. Also, Resogun, last week, House Marquee released a new update for Resogun called Resogun Challengers. It's free, then adds a bunch of fresh challenges and feats to the game, giving players new reasons to return to the game. It also adds a new photo mode and a human gallery so players can keep track of the various characters that they have rescued in-game. So there you go on the news with the Resogun.
Nice.
How many of you guys remember Qbert?
I love Qbert. I'm really rusty on my Qbert knees, though.
Well, you're going to probably like this then. The PlayStation 4 is getting a new Q*bert game called Q*bert Rebooted. The newest version of the classic arcade game that originally launched for PC last summer is coming to the PlayStation console soon. Sony recently announced that the completely reimagined game will be released for the PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4, and the PlayStation Vita this Tuesday, February 17th. The pricing, however, has not been announced. But the PC edition sells for $5. So we're expecting, it's probably going to be close to that, to be honest. But here's what's new with Q*bert Rebooted. For one, instead of cubes, as we all remember, this game has hexagons, which very much changes the level design. The game also comes with new features such as time and score challenges, as well as new enemies, playable characters, power-ups, traps, and more. If you'd rather not play Q*bert with the hexagons, the Q*bert Rebooted also comes with the original game, just the way you remember it. Remember, Sid?
Oh, man. Oh, yeah.
So you'll be able to play it that way, too. Q*bert Rebooted is the equivalent of your old backyard treehouse refurbished by Bob Villa. Some nostalgic joy, but magically just better, says the developer Loot Entertainment. They wrote that on the PlayStation's blog. So the game also features cross-buy support, which will entitle you to play it, on all PlayStations, PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4, and Vita, of course. So there you go. A good old Q*bert, huh?
Nice. Yeah.
And a little bit of last bit news for the PlayStation, and this could be good, could be bad, depends. But Microsoft decided to drop the price of the Xbox One as promotional deal during the holiday seasons. With the price point of $349, the Xbox One turned out to be cheaper than Sony, its competitor, leading some pretty good sales to Microsoft. But after 2 weeks of returning, they returned to the price of $399. Microsoft then decided to lower the price yet again. With the price drop of the consoles, many gamers have wondered if the PlayStation 4 is going to follow suit. Sadly, this is not likely to happen. In a recent financial briefing overseas, investors and analysts, Sony Chief Financial Advisor Kenichiro was asked if the company had any plans to reduce the price for the PlayStation 4 in response to Xbox One's price reduction. Yoshida responded that Sony is aware of the X1 price drop, but have no plans to reduce the price of the PlayStation 4 in order to compete. This is probably due to the success of the PlayStation 4 in the past year, so a price reduction really isn't necessary. Instead, Sony will be focusing on promoting their console by giving out free game downloads and coupons. Both consoles have been in the market for over a year now, and it is likely that the price may reduce over the next few months. But with the upcoming exclusive titles for both consoles, the price may not be such a big deal. However, this could change with the increasing influx of casual gamers. It will be interesting to see what kind of incentives Sony's will implement in the future to promote their console. And that wraps up PlayStation News.
I just want to say something real quick about that. I think that Sony's full of crap. I think that then they're not going to lower the price of the PlayStation 4. Okay? But they are going to lower the price of the PlayStation 4 Slim. Okay? Because we all know that Samsung is working on a whole bunch, they're mass-producing chips for a streamlined PlayStation 4 Slim. Whether it comes out in the next couple of months or the next year, we don't know that yet. But Sony is eventually going to be dropping that price. So for them to sit there and say that they're not going to, I don't agree with that at all.
Love chips, especially with salsa.
We have some.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know that they're going to drop the price. I don't know if they're not going to drop the price. I know they don't have to drop the price. They've already proven that. They just took the lead in sales again in January at the $399 price mark, and even though Xbox One dropped to $349, they still beat them. So I don't think that PlayStation is in any, they don't need to out of desperation. They don't need to I mean, as long as it's continuing to sell, and obviously it is, I don't know why they would lower the price. And there's no reason to lower the price. I don't see one. I mean, if I could continue to sell millions and millions and millions of consoles every month at the $399 price range, I'm going to continue to do it until that stops happening. And if I have 2 or 3 consecutive months where I'm not leading in the sales, I may then consider dropping the price. But I'm not going to drop the price if it's selling, 7 and 8 million copies every month. That's silly.
Right.
I don't see where that would be financially beneficial to a company that is in desperate need of making as much money as they possibly can, because we all know Sony is in trouble. So I think they're going to hold on to what's selling best for Sony. And right now, it's the PlayStation 4. And it is continuously outselling, all the other consoles. I don't think they're been put in a position to have to yet. I agree with you that if they come out with a Slim, they may consider dropping the price of the Slim, and maybe that will ultimately cause the PlayStation 4, the other PlayStation 4, to have to drop. But until they do something like that, or they introduce a new console, then I don't see them changing it. Not anytime soon. Yeah. But you may be right. If the Slim does come out in the next few months, that probably will that may cause a price drop just because of that.
But in tradition, in the past, I mean, all the Slims have been cheaper. So I mean,
right.
It wouldn't impede on Sony to basically break tradition, basically.
Yeah.
And sell things at cheaper price. So.
But what I was kind of concerned is, not concerned, but what I kind of was thinking is, do you guys, and I want to pose this as a question for everybody, I mean, do you guys really see that do you really see Sony at this point producing a Slim and putting it out there when they're having such great success with the PlayStation 4 as it is now? I mean,
yeah, because
do you think they might want to ride that out a little longer?
They're still losing money on the PlayStation 4. So if they can produce a cheaper system, which they are, then that's when they can lower the price down and still make tons of money. So even if they sell, let's say they sell 7 million units this month of the PlayStation 4. But let's say they have to pay $310 out of that $300 that they sell it for, or the $399 they sell it for, or whatever it is. Let's say $399 of that is they have to give back to the people who make the parts. Well, they're not making anything on the system, so therefore they're not gaining anything. Now, let's say they can make that system for $50, $75, or $100 cheaper. It still have the same performance, still have the same, everything else. Now that they're making all that, they sell 7 million units. Well, if it's $100 cheaper, they're making that $100 up or whatever. Let's say they sell for $350, like the Xbox is doing. That's still $50 more that they're making at their bottom line than what they are now. So that's why they're going to do it.
But they are making a profit off the PlayStation 4.
All right. I'm sorry, were you going to say something else?
Well, I mean, I was just saying that they had a recent story releasing saying that the PlayStation 4, although it's not making a large profit, it is making them a profit. And because they're selling nearly 20 million consoles, that small profit times the 20 million units that they've sold is kind of holding that. It's kind of got them reallocating some of their financial, funding and things, because the PlayStation 4 right now is about the only thing Sony's got going for them. Any small profit margin is better than a lot of the stuff that they're putting out that is making absolutely no profit. And like I said, according to this, they're making about $18 per unit profit. I pulled it up right here. So $18 times 20 million is a pretty good chunk of change of profit. It's not much by per unit, but you times it by how many units are selling. That's a pretty decent little turnaround.
Oh, it's Slickerdoodle. They did. They did come out. I can't remember which company. This is off the top of my head. Someone did develop a holster for the PlayStation 4
wow, yeah.
that holds a PC hard drive instead of the laptop hard drives. So it mounts on top of your PlayStation 4, and it's able to hold a terabyte to 2 terabytes worth of space. So they do have that for you.
I think it's Daiko who made it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I remember
that's right.
reading about it. Actually, I think Casslin's the one that brought it up to me.
No, Pandora did, because he was actually
Pandora.
looking at it.
I'm sorry. Yeah,
Yeah.
Pandora did.
Yeah.
Sorry, my bad. So, well,
Yeah,
that's
it
cool.
allows you to use a PC hard drive instead of the laptop hard drive.
And they made it look nice too, so it doesn't look like a nasty Mad Catz jerry rig thing. So
yeah.
Yeah. All right. So up next we have some PC news. We can get through this pretty quick there.
Yep. We have Firefall, who the epic fail of a game. Oh, did I just say that on there? Oh well. Update 1.3. War on Amazon available today. That just came out recently. They added a bunch of new things. If you guys want to know, I'm going to post it in the chat. It's just a whole bunch of new updates that they're doing to it. Also, the next story is Drown Them in Flames. Salamander's expansion for Space Hulk Ascension to launch this February. I don't know about you guys, but Space Hulk is pretty cool. It introduces 20 new story missions and 20 new flash missions and a new playable chapter, the Space Hulk Ascensions. As independent developer, Full Control recently announced that the second expansion of the Space Hulk Ascension will launch in February for Windows PC, Mac, and Linux on Steam. The Salamander's Ascension unlocks the Salamander's chapter and brings 20 new unique story missions and 20 flash missions, which I read that earlier, based on a best-selling board game set within the Warhammer 40,000 universe. Space Hulk's Ascension is a 3D digital turn-based strategy game that features reworked mechanics and a host of new features, include RPG progression mechanics, new Genestealer variations, new rules, and mission suggestions. So, I know you're a big fan of Warhammer 40,000. Have you played this, Sid?
I really haven't. I love the board, the tabletop version. I really haven't played very much of the actual video game stuff.
Really?
Yeah, I played a couple of them.
I mean,
it's different. It's
yeah, but being a fan of something just makes it weird that you don't really play the other stuff. I mean,
well, okay. So the difference is in the video game, I'm not able to hold 50 to 80 pieces of dice and just go like this.
Yeah, that's a little
there's something. Yeah, it's a rush. I mean, but no, I have played a couple of the games. Some of the older ones. I haven't played any of the newer stuff. They're not bad. I just haven't really found them to my liking. So.
You stunned Gaz when you said, no, not really. He was like, what?
Yeah, it's just because usually if you're a fan of something, you want to play everything you get your hands on. I mean, I like Warhammer 40,000, and I probably have every game that they released, even the crappy ones. I mean, but
even the
yeah, because we all know they're all not good. I mean, it's hard to make 15, 20 games, of the same thing and have it all be good. It's not a Star Wars, and even Star Wars had its bad game here and there. So,
yeah, that's true.
Slicker Doodle, I am actually putting in the chat a link to that hard drive upgrade kit by Nyko.
Thanks, Stitch.
Yep.
In other news, Sandbox Adventures on the High Seas coming with Windward. Available now in early access, launching in Q2 2015. Adventures on the High Seas are coming to Steam with Jashira Entertainment and Windwards. The action-packed Sandbox game puts gamers in control of a ship sailing in the open waters of a large procedurally generated world. Currently available in early access, Windward will launch for PC, Mac, and Linux in Q2 of 2015. Gamers can also choose between an immersive single-player experience and cooperative multiplayer, enabling them to engage in epic team-based battles with hundreds of other gamers. I thought this looks pretty good. They're going to be at PAX East this year. Unfortunately, I didn't get my ticket in time because they sell out really quickly now. But they're going to be, if you guys are going to PAX East, check out booth 3248. And go check those guys out. The game actually looks pretty good, and I'll post a video, the YouTube video in chat if you guys want to check that out as well. It looks pretty fun.
Cool.
And last story is Elite and Dangerous. 1.1 available now. They just released a new patch, if you want to say. Its first major Elite Dangerous update expands the core game with new community goals, graphical enhancements, and localization for French, German, and Russia. Community goals unite players with a shared objective, allowing the entire Elite Dangerous community to participate in major new story events, supplying the construction of new capital ships, and working together to reshape the boundaries of human-controlled space. Players will collaborate to help build new starports and undeveloped systems, giving all players a new launch pad for exploration in the galaxy. I haven't played this since, a couple of weeks now, but that kind of sounds interesting, and I'm glad that they're taking it one step at a time, releasing these, these updates, so they can get them right. They're pretty good with this so far. They're really impressing me. Again, I still, in my opinion, I'm still more of a Star Citizen fan, but we'll see. I have Elite Dangerous, and I enjoyed playing it for a little bit when Sid was playing it. We kind of played it together. We had some fun, but
I curse my video game ADD. I need to go back and play some more of them. But,
yeah, that's about it for the PC news. Again, if you guys want to check the Elite and Dangerous stuff out, you'll be able to find it on their website. And I don't know if we're going to be able to put it on our website yet. We're still working on the news section on our website, trying to get it fine-tuned and getting the bugs out of it. It's being a royal pain in the rear end. But, I mean, I want to give everybody, take a couple of seconds here. I know we're kind of running out of time, but if you guys get a chance, please head on over to www.stixbroadcaster.com and just see what we've done to the site so far. We're going to be adding a store. Sid's working on new graphics for T-shirts. Same thing with Pandora. So we can have some T-shirts, coffee mugs, mouse pads, stuff like that. Where
shampoo.
Hey, whatever floats your boat. But again, we take a lot of pride in what we try to do here. We try to bring you the news and the facts from the news. We don't, if we have an opinion about something, we make sure we state it. Or if we have, some things that we are not sure on, we'll tell you that, it's just rumors, speculations, rumors, and we won't ever tell you that it's fact unless it is fact, because we have a lot of journalism background and knowledge between all of us, and we get our sources right from the same place most of these other places get their news from. We get it right from the developer themselves. So it takes a lot of work to do what we do, and I hope you guys understand, that it's not an easy thing to just sit here and plan for what we do. We totally appreciate everybody coming out and supporting us. It means a lot to us all.
Yep,
Absolutely.
It sure does.
So real quickly,
Yes,
we'll do some Nintendo news with Titch.
Okay, Nintendo news. As you probably know, the new Nintendo 3DS XL launched February 13th, and transferring games quickly to the new Nintendo 3DS XL will require a screwdriver. No, not the kind that has orange juice and vodka, although you might need one after. New games, it comes out and it is a starting price of $200. And new games like The Legend of Zelda, Majora's Mask 3D, and Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate Special Edition bundles. Nintendo has published a tutorial video that explains exactly how to transfer your existing content to the new device. Notably, you'll need a number 0 Phillips screwdriver to complete the process, at least if you want to do it quickly. That method involves using the screwdriver to remove the new Nintendo 3DS XL battery cover and to replace the micro SD card. Alternatively, provided your existing Nintendo 3DS sports a 4 gigabyte or smaller SD card, you can transfer your content over a wireless connection. However, this could take hours. Nintendo says in a page on its official support site. You want to do the video, or we'll post that into the chat, right?
I posted a video in chat already.
Okay, thank you so much, Kaslin. All right, for another story, Nintendo woos indies in New York this week in continued push for Wii U and 3DS. Nintendo arrived at the Indiecade East this weekend and showcased independently created games and offered some advice to help developers bring their titles to Nintendo platforms. Nintendo's Senior Manager of Licensing, Damon Baker. Why do I always get the easy names and Sid gets the really hard ones? Gave a talk called Self-Publishing with Nintendo, in which he discussed how developers can bring their games to the eShops on Nintendo 3DS and Wii U. There are 8 games that appeared and a description of each in Nintendo's words. Affordable Space Adventures from NapNop Games and Nifla's Games. This suspenseful stealth puzzling Wii U exclusive features co-op play, and it was playable at the show. Bleck from Broken Rules and Kunabi Brother. Imagination and creativity come to life in this beautiful award-winning puzzle game that launched on February 12th. That's on the Nintendo eShop on Wii U. Elliot Quest from Play Everywhere, an 8-bit retro RPG game with a hero on a quest to cure his curse of immortality. That's at the Nintendo eShop in March on the Wii U. Let's see. Ironfall Invasion from VD Dev. This Nintendo 3DS exclusive takes full advantage of the C-Stick features on the new 3DS XL system for better aiming. The game supports online and local multiplayer for up to 6 players. Moon Chronicles from Renegade Kid. An update is now available for critically acclaimed first-person game designed to fully use the extra control options available on the new system. Shantae and the Pirate's Curse from Way Forward. This game is now available on the Nintendo eShop, and it will also take advantage of the new features of the 3DS. Swords and Soldiers 2 from Ronimo Games. This side-scrolling strategy game, which is a Wii U exclusive and features local multiplayer. This is Nintendo's latest effort to court and showcase independently created games and their creators. So, the last one is a boo-boo by Best Buy. The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask orders were mistakenly canceled by Best Buy. That's right. Best Buy confirmed that no cancellations were made for the special edition Nintendo system, but mistake resulted in 400 cancellation notices being sent to select customers who pre-ordered a copy of just the game. A mistake on our end sent cancellation notices to about 400 customers who pre-ordered the game. And to make things right, the game will be free for those customers affected, and it will be arriving via 2-day shipping, said Best Buy representative. The most recent release from the Nintendo Majora's Mask 3D is a remade and enhanced version of the Nintendo 64 game for the 3DS system. And that's it for Nintendo news.
It's funny that, Best Buy actually would do that, because if GameStop did that, they wouldn't be getting free copies. They'd be just say, we're sorry we canceled you. Yeah, we're sorry we canceled you. Sorry, come into the store to grab your copy when it comes out, when we get our hands on it. But no, Best Buy actually just says, we screwed up.
Yeah.
They took the blame.
Yeah, they actually took responsibility for a screw-up that was completely out of their hands. It was a software glitch.
That's right.
Yep. But they stepped up.
Kaz, did you have something in your corner?
Yeah, I just wanted to do, just a quick run and see what you guys think about this. But, we're hearing speculations this week and last week that Microsoft's going to be wants to Bungie back, because 343 Studios basically screwed up Halo. And then you got companies like Epic Games who are kind of like hold on by a thread, and they get rid of somebody like Cliffy B, he's an icon in the franchise. We discussed his game that he's coming out earlier. And also, it's stuff like that, like developers like that. Brad McQuaid, who's a huge part of the EverQuest world. He went on to make Vanguard later on, which, Microsoft ended up dropping, and Sony picked up and tried to revive it. And he's working on a new MMO called Pantheon. Now, these guys are such valuable members to teams. Why would you get and go to Microsoft right now? Because without Halo, there probably wouldn't be a Microsoft anymore. Because they're the ones who that game kind of put the Xbox on the map. It gave the Xbox the life that it has. So, getting rid of these Bungie guys and letting go of these Bungie guys and let some other company like Activision buy them. What is these companies thinking? I really have no idea. What do you guys think? Go ahead, Sid.
No, I'm kind of speechless on it.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's bad. It's you nailed it on the head. You said they kind of helped Xbox. I think it did help the Xbox. In my opinion, I don't think any game out there can claim what Halo did for Microsoft, because it didn't just put the Xbox on the map, it put Xbox Live on the map.
Yeah, it did.
They pretty much made Microsoft, and I know for a fact that Halo is the reason the Xbox Live and the Xbox is successful. I really think if you take them out of the equation, had they never developed Halo, had they never done that, we wouldn't be talking about Xbox One today. I just don't think we would have.
Yeah, I mean, Halo's not the only one who did it. I mean, Gears of War also did it as well. I mean, they're both big contributors to Xbox, period. I mean, the whole existence of Xbox. So that's what I'm saying. When you take, like, Epic with Cliffy B, he's no longer a part of Epic, and, they don't have their thing for Microsoft. Microsoft exclusive for Gears of War. Now a whole different team's working on it. So who's to say that these guys are not going to screw up the new Gears of War when it comes out? Like a la 343 Studios did with Halo. The Halo Master Chief Collection is a heaping pile of mess. And
yeah, it is.
Guardians, they're even fearful of Guardians. Maybe that's why they're panicking right now, because they need Bungie back to help them become a superpower again. I mean, I'd love to see what really happens later on. And again, this is only speculation with the whole Microsoft and Bungie thing. But I mean, it's a fact for the other two that I mentioned. As far as Brian McQuaid, he's making his own MMO, and it's on my list of anticipated games because I love Brian McQuaid's work and what he does for the industry. And same thing with Cliffy B. What he does for first-person shooters is just what I love about it. He created two big, huge franchises that we all love and cherish. Gears of War series, and me, myself, I'm a huge Unreal Tournament fan. So at Unreal, he's the brainchild behind both of those. It's just, I don't understand. I mean, if I had a company and I had such a big asset that was at my company, I would try to make damn sure possible that nobody else can get their hands on that person, and offer them whatever kind of contract that they would want to stay at the company. That's my opinion. And I don't know if you guys agree the same way, but I think that's...
Yeah. As a company, you want to keep the best talent around you as long as possible. So yeah, they should have done everything they could have to have kept that, especially under their own, under their house. If you could build a dynasty, keep the dynasty as long as you possibly can. I mean, it's only good for business if you've got a great team. It doesn't make any sense to let people slip away, because of contractual disagreements. Find a way to make it work. Yeah, or you're going to lose your talent. And when your talent leaves, it's going to hurt you.
It's definitely going to hurt you. You got to find more talent then. I mean, again, that new talent that's coming in is not going to do the same job as that old talent. So, I mean, that's
exactly.
It's the price. So. Yeah. Well, thank you guys so much. It was interesting discussion there. I mean, I had a fun time tonight. We made it. We actually landed on time, even though the short little hiccup there. So that's awesome. Hey, I want to thank each and every one of you guys for coming out and supporting us.
I would like to address you guys, if I could, Sid.
Yeah, sure. Okay.
I just want to say in the stream before we close out. I'm sorry to interrupt you, but I want this to be said before we actually exit. You guys that are in the chat and are watching, it's been one heck of a week for the three that are with me tonight. Titch was sick off and on through the week. Kaz had some personal things that he had to deal with through the week. Sid was pulling ridiculous hours at work, and all three of them just buckled down this week, and we all kind of just discussed and stuck together, and those three especially dug down deep this week to bring this show to you guys tonight. This wasn't an easy one. This one took a lot of work. This one took a lot of extra hours. Patience were a little thin at times, but these guys stepped up and through a lot of personal adversity to bring this show together tonight, and I just wanted to thank them personally on the stream to say one hell of a job this week, and this was one great show.
Thank you, Pandora.
Thank you, Pandora.
And again, I keep saying this, but this show could not be what it is without each and every one of you guys. So I really appreciate that too. So thank you so much, guys.
Yep. Feel the same way.
I got a little bit of a tear.
I know, right?
If I wasn't Asian, you'd see I'm blushing right now.
Well, probably if it wasn't so dark in your room.
Well, that's it. That's the other reason why it is so dark. So you can't see my blushing there. So yeah. Again, hey, again, thank you guys for coming out. It is basically you guys that we do this for, and we love each and every one of you. Again, thank you guys for coming out and supporting us. Again, catch us next Sunday. Same bad time, same bad channel. I keep saying that. It's a habit now. But you know what? I'm just going to roll with it. I'm just going to roll with it. Same bad time, same bad channel. Sunday, every Sunday, 7 o'clock to 10 o'clock. So, yeah, we are Save Point Show. And we are also Styx Broadcasting. Nice. I'm Sid 6.7.
I'm Chichery. Bye.
Your Pandora.
Kaz 143.
And again, we are Save Point Show. And remember, save early, save often. Good night, guys.
Bye.
Let me know when our mics are not hot.